Monday night, Gary Hogeboom started for the Cowboys against the Rams and completed 33 passes, 9 of them to Doug Donnelly. Bill Sims of the Giants has his body back together. He completed 76% of his passes. This one to rookie Bobby Johnson. As the Giants host the Cowboys, it's new. We'll get all the vocal support that they need. I'm Jack Buck. It's my pleasure to be here with John Madden. Pat Summerall will be seen later on CBS with the U.S. Open Tennis. John, it's a pleasure to be here with you, and you saw the Giants beat the Eagles last week. What'd you think?
Well, they looked a lot better. You know, last year they only won 3 games all year, and Bill Parcells said if we're going to lose, we're going to lose with some different guys. They had 20 roster changes, but the thing that I like about the Giants, or I liked about them last week, is that they have some speed in their offense now. They're throwing the ball deep, motion, a lot of guys moving around, and they're a lot more fun to watch.
And I saw the Cowboys last Monday night when they beat the Rams, and once they got settled in, they looked pretty good.
Well, you know, Tom Landry said that that's what he was worried about. He said that in camp they never did seem to settle. We talk about roster changes. The Cowboys had 16 roster changes, and he said that he has a feeling that they're still in training camp. We're still trying to find out what we are and who we are. They just signed 2 new wide receivers this week, and he said that he's a team in transition, and he said we really aren't the team yet that we want to be. He said we're getting pretty close.
The Giants have won the toss, so Raphael Septien will kick it off. And the deepest man for the Giants is Butch Woolfolk, number 25, and a local favorite. He's from New Jersey. And very little wind to deal with. This should be a heck of a football game. And there is the kick to Woolfolk, who took it on the 7. 15, 20 for opening, 25, 27-yard line, and Phil Sims and company will go from there. The tackle by Gary Allen of the Cowboys. Phil Sims is the quarterback. Butch Woolfolk and Rob Carpenter, the running backs. Ernest Gray and Bobby Johnson, the wide receivers. The tight end, Zeke Moat, and a young offensive line of William Roberts, Billy Yard, Kevin Belcher, Brad Benson, and Carl Nelson from the 28, first down. Had a great game against the Eagles. Right to the air. And good for about 3 at the most. And knocked out of bounds was Woolfolk. Coming up was Clinkscale on the defense. They're playing a 4-man front. Ed Jones, John Dutton, Randy White, and Jim Jeffcoat, a newcomer in the starting lineup. Mike Heckman, Bob Brunig, Anthony Dickerson, the linebackers. On the corners, Everson Walls and Ron Fellows, and Clinkscale and Michael Downs of the safety minutes, 2nd and 7. From their 31. Woolfolk, pretty good outside move, and a good move by the linebacker Heckman, bringing about a 3rd down, and a critical early 1st down for the Giants.
You know, I think an interesting thing here, Jack, is last week the Giants wore their blue uniforms at home. This week they're wearing white. You know, and that's the old deal to get Dallas to wear blue. They don't look the same in blue. They don't play as well in blue, and all those sight things that we do in this league.
Unless they win. It's 3rd and 5. 7 defensive backs for the Cowboys, including Dennis Thurman. Shotgun, Sims. First down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. There's a fellow that wasn't in the scheme of things very much last week, Ernest Gray.
Well, you know, a year ago, he was their leading receiver. He caught 78 passes, as we see it up there. Last week, he only caught 2. But on that other side, Byron Williams and Bobby Johnson caught 14 passes between them. So they got to work, and Ernest Gray was saying, gee, I kind of feel left out of it. I better get in this deal. I'm missing something.
He got a 1st down out to the 41. Carl Howard made the tackle. Motion by the tight end, and here goes Carpenter. Big gain out to the 49-yard line. Got about 8. What did Bill Parcells tell us about Carpenter and his feet yesterday and finding an opening?
Well, he says that he has the quickest feet of any running back that he's ever seen. And you know, it was interesting. Tom Landry said the first name that he mentioned when he was talking about the Giant offense was Rob Carpenter. He says that's the guy we have to stop. But watch how those feet going. You got him going out right, left, boom, straight ahead. And he always gets those shoulders going upfield.
Second down and 2. Sims in the driver's seat on this call. Fumble, and a very smart play by Carpenter. It'll bring him about 3rd and 3, but Carpenter saw the ball and said, I want it.
I think he probably wanted it before the fumble. I think the handoff was going to be to Carpenter, and he was watching that thing, saying he wanted it. It looked like it just slid right down Bill Sims's leg.
3rd down and 3.5. Let's call it 3rd and 3. The 7 defensive backs come in. Jones, Smerrick, Randy White, and Jeff Coate are up front. That's all you're allowed, isn't it? 11?
11.
Needs 3. Look at the protection. First down to the 45-yard line. He found his tight end, Zeke Mowat. Tackled by Victor Scott.
I think for the Giants, those two things are the most important thing they have to do today, is to be able to handle this defense right here. The 4-man rush with the 7 defensive backs that can either blitz or not blitz. They didn't blitz on that time. That's the second time so far that the Giants have had that situation, and they've completed the ball and gotten first down. That's going to be a big part of the success for the Giants.
Bobby Johnson is one of the 2 wide receivers to the left, along with Ernest Gray. First down at the Dallas 45, and look at that pursuit and tackle by Randy White. You know, he didn't really make that many plays against the Rams Monday, but he made a big one there.
Well, he just got to camp the week of the Ram game, practiced a couple days, started and played the whole game. And as Tom Landry was saying, you know, it's just not the same when you miss training camp. And I guess last week against the Rams, he strained his back. So he's having some physical problems. But heck, he has a lot of money now, too. You know, you can take a few more of those physical problems.
I'll say. Second down and 13. Byron Williams, Ernest Gray are the wide receivers. A good pass protection job. That's incomplete. Ruled incomplete. Woolfolk had it for a while. He would have picked up about 8 yards on the play, but he coughed it up, and it's 3rd and 13. Brunig was covered.
I think another important thing in this game, we have 2 quarterbacks starting for the first time this year. Bill Sims of the Giants, Gary Hogeboom on the other side. I've always felt that success breeds success. It's important that they get off to a good start, and Phil Sims is.
3 out of 4. Ball is at the Dallas 48. Extra backs come in for the Cowboys. It's 3rd down and 13. Look at there. It is, just through the hands of Williams. Williams out of Texas Arlington. On the deep pattern, just couldn't quite get up there as Everson Walls had him covered, but not really.
It looked like to me that ball went right through his hands. He has to catch that. Oh, no, yeah, that's terrible there by Byron Williams. You know what he did? He stopped looking. I mean, he stopped running when he started to look.
That's what I thought. Here is the punt forthcoming by Dave Jennings. He was hurt last week against the Eagles. Gary Allen is back to handle it. Should let it go. Fair catch on the 13-yard line. Should he have let it go on? There's a flag down. There is a flag down. That was a 36-yard punt with no return after the fair catch.
That was a tough one. We always had the rule the 10-yard line. You stand on the 10. If it's in front of you, you catch it. If it's over your head, you let it go. But it looks like it's academic anyway.
Yeah, they're going to make him kick it over on a procedure call against the New York Giants. So Jennings will have to come up with another effort. The Giants have kept the ball for 5 minutes exactly. That's important.
Illegal formation. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Penalty decline.
Oh.
First down.
Okay, they're going to take it over on the Dallas 13-yard line. So Gary Hogeboom will take over and go from there. Giants receive the opening kickoff. There is no. Gary Hogeboom was knocked cuckoo in one of his first pass attempts against the Rams last Monday night. Dallas has Tom Rafferty, Herb Scott up front, Kurt Peterson, Jim Cooper, Bill Posderick. And Dorsett, of course. Good for a couple. Dorsett has never really had any big games against the Giants, particularly here. Lawrence Taylor made the tackle. What's new? Here's the offense of the Cowboys with Hogeboom, Dorsett and Ron Springs. Mike Renfro and Doug Donnelly are the starting receivers. And the offensive line, Cosby the tight end, Paz Derrick, Scott Rafferty, Peterson, and Jim Cooper. It's 2nd down and 8. Rather strange for Dallas to be so thin in their wide receivers corps.
That's one strength they've always had. They've always had the starters and the Hill and the Pearson and Bush Johnson and Donnelly and boom, boom, boom. And now not only don't they have those guys, but they're short at that position.
Pass to Dorsett on 2nd and 8. He strung it out and did not go out of bounds until he got the first down at the 28-yard line. The defense for the Giants, they play the 3-man front. They change it in passing situations. McGriff, Jim Burt, and D. Hardison. Linebackers, Andy Hedden, Joe McLaughlin, Harry Carson, and Lawrence Taylor. The deep backs are Mark Haynes, Perry Williams on the corners, Kenny Hill and Terry Kennard, the safeties, and Mark Haynes is the best of the group. That was a 13-yard gain by Dorsett.
And of course, Kenny Hill is their new safety. They just got him in a trade from the Los Angeles Raiders 2 weeks ago.
And he got burned a couple of times in the Eagle game. The up back is Springs. Nothing doing. He got 2 yards. Well, other people are playing at the same time, and the Cardinals jump ahead of Buffalo 3-0 in the first quarter. 23-yard field goal by O'Donohue. The Bears trying to win their second game. Ahead in the first quarter, 3-0 over Denver. And Kansas City leading Cincinnati 7-0. Cincinnati lost their first game last week. The ball's at the 30, and it's 2nd and 8. I think we're about to see Mr. Hogeboom get one up in the air. Crosby in motion. Well, it springs and nothing. They got about a half a yard, and they drove them back. They ran into Jim Burt, the good nose guard of the Giants. And we have another score for you. We have no score here, and Detroit's ahead of Atlanta 7-0 in the first quarter. 9-yard run by Billy Sims. Now we'll see him throw it, John.
Now we'll see him throw it. We'll see him throw it from a shotgun, I'm sure.
From the Dallas 30-yard line. A fast first quarter, only 8 minutes left in the period, no score. To the left side. Hogeboom over the middle. Oh, just a step shy was the wide receiver, Ron Springs. Terry Kennard was covered.
I think the old deal in the National Football League is right here that when you get a new quarterback starting, the first time he has to pass, you blitz him. Here we see Andy Hedden. You see he started from the outside, came to the inside. Hogeboom had Ron Springs deep. You see what happened. Hedden was right in his face.
Danny White is the new punter. What with Jim Miller gone. And back to get it is Phil McConkey out of the Naval Academy. Low snap, and Danny handled it. And a line drive, and it could be returned, but he can't get to it. It goes out of bounds, and the Giants get it for the second time. There are no flags. The Giants get it for the second time after a 40-yard punt. 7:40 left in the first quarter, and there is no score. Sunday on CBS, we have a doubleheader for you. Many of you will see Chicago at Green Bay, or Atlanta at Minnesota, or St. Louis at Indianapolis. And the rest of the schedule for next Sunday, and some good matchups there. And Dallas plays their first home game. The Eagles will be their opponents. Giants travel to Washington. And the Rams and the Steelers. All of that next Sunday on CBS. Jimmy the Greek thinks that the Bears are going to win that division and be in the championship.
Well, they're beating Denver right now, and that's where Pat Summerall and I'll be next week. We're going to go up and see those Bears against Green Bay.
Carpenter with a rush of about 4.5 yards. And the tackle by Jim Jeffcoat. He's playing up front with Jones, Dutton, and White.
You know, Jack, I think those Giants are right. You know, if you look at those Cowboys, they just don't look right in those blue uniforms. They don't look like Cowboys. Or, I mean, the Cowboys, America's team, apple pie and ice cream and that stuff. They don't look right. They don't play.
They try to do that to them everywhere they go on the road. They prefer to wear the white uniforms. Second down. Sims to little Morris. Joe Morris. He's hauled down for a loss on the play. 3rd and long. Bob Bruning had a good game last Monday night, and he started off in the right foot here. He's number 53, but he'll leave the field now as the extra backs come in. He's the one who calls all of the defensive signals for Dallas.
Yeah, and he's like the defensive quarterback of the team. Let's watch that play again. The Giants put in Joe Morris. When they put him in, they want to sweep with him or stretch the defense. Now, he had to wait there for his guard, Brad Benson, number 60, and while he was waiting, Bruning got in from behind.
3rd down and 8. 3 wide receivers for the Giants. Look out! Oh, Sims was cool, and he overthrew his man. He tried to get it out to Ernest Gray. Incomplete, and so the Giants will punt for the second time. Carl Howard, number 21, was covered.
Here we can see it now. The Cowboys, the first 2 times, they ran that 4-0 defense, and they didn't blitz. Now, that time, they brought the 4-0, the 7 defensive backs, and they came on a blitz. The Giants didn't pick up the blitzer. Sims made a nice little move.
Barry Allen is awaiting the punt from Dave Jennings. Pretty good. Coverage not too good. From the 30-yard line. 35. Out to the 38. I didn't think the coverage was very strong for the Giants. A 30-yard punt. Net.
Well, they really didn't get off the line. You know, it looks like they waited a little longer. They didn't get a good jump on that coverage.
Cowboys get it for the second time. Pete Shaw was the tackler, and the Cowboys start from... If the players can find the energy immediately following the conclusion of this game, we'll go live to the U.S. Open Tennis Championships, the men's singles final. John McEnroe and Yvonne Lendl. Some day of tennis yesterday with the gals and the guys. Everything went the limit, John.
I tell you, they all had a full day of work, didn't they? But that was great tennis. I mean, I'm not a big tennis fan, but I watched it yesterday, and that's the most enjoyable tennis I've ever watched.
And with a good effort by Pat Cash. Here is Hogeboom to the air on 1st down, and he gets it out for a few yards to Dorsett. And a sure-handed tackle by Andy Hedden, and you better not miss him, and Hedden did not.
Well, you know, the interesting thing here, I think what the Cowboys are trying to do is get Hogeboom some confidence. And by doing that, you don't start those long passes. They did the same thing against the Rams. They start those little dinks out there, boom, boom, boom. And then once you get the confidence, you get the feel of the game, then go for the deeper type passes.
He was something last Monday, 33 out of 47, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. Not a protection that time. 2nd down and long. Springs made a good cut and was tripped up by a man who was on the ground, and that was Martin. George Martin was on the deck, reached out and got him.
You know, an interesting thing about that play is it was a 1-back. Ron Springs was the only back in the backfield, but Tony Dorsett was flanked out wide to the right. I think we may see that formation again later, and maybe trying to do something to get the ball to Dorsett out wide.
That's rather new, isn't it, for Dallas with a 1-back set?
It's the first time I've seen them do that. They usually put Springs up on the line. Dorsett is a 1-back. That time it was a switch.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 4. Oh, he's on the money. I mean on the money. And for a big guy, that Cosby has great hands. Tackled by Lawrence Taylor, who was trying to stay with him and really couldn't.
That's that type of coverage where the linebacker has to stay man-to-man with the tight end. We can see Hogeboom here. Now, watch him. He looks right out there to the left. He picks up Cosby right away. He said, that's who I want to go to. He's my number 1 receiver. I want to get the ball out there to Cosby. He watched him all the way.
Jason Merrill was trying to get in there.
Let's watch Phil Pozderac there. He's a left tackle. I'll tell you, he is a heck of a pass protector. Now, that's a good play. He just went, put his hands up there, Merrill went right down.
Here comes Dorsett. Boy, what a nice lean he has, John. He can keep his balance, can he?
I know. You hear all that talk down there in the sideline. They're talking about turning the corner and hitting and all that stuff. You know, one thing about Dorsett, though, is you watch him run, you never see anyone get those real hits on him. Notice that he's always leaning and moving and shifting, and you never get that clean, square hit on Tony Dorsett.
And he got 5 yards.
Last week he had some trouble on Monday night with those fumbles. Then he fumbled 4 times.
He did.
They weren't square hits.
And Dallas lost 4 out of 6 fumbles. Cosby goes in motion, 2nd and 5. In the middle of things and incomplete. He threw into heavy traffic that time, and an aggressive play by the safety man, Terry Kennard.
Well, I think one thing that the Giants are going to do is blitz Hogeboom today. Now watch, here comes Taylor here. He's as good a pass rush as there is in this league. You see that? He was against Posderick. Started to the upside, give him a little push, boom, went inside. And just as Hogeboom threw that ball, Taylor hit Hogeboom.
Tom Landry was talking about the Giant linebackers. He said they're good. He said whenever you have Lawrence Taylor.
That's all you need to make good linebackers.
3rd down and 5. Oh, did he get whacked? I mean, he got whacked. And there was Casey Merrill that time. They kept him out before, but not this trip. Hogeboom said, who got me? A loss of 9.
Well, the other guy I think there was Leonard Mitchell was there because there were 2 of them there. We're going to watch it from the outside. Here comes Merrill. He's on Posderick, but that time Posderick didn't get him down. Merrill got him low, and you see big number 70? That's 290-pound Leonard Mitchell ended up on top of Hogeboom. Leonard Marshall.
Here's the punt by Danny White. McConkey lets it go, and it gets a Dallas bounce, and it's down inside the 15-yard line. We have 3:21 left in the first quarter, and we have no score. The Giants get it for the 3rd time. The ball is at their 12-yard line. That was a dandy punt by Danny White. 38 yards, no return. Each team has had the ball twice. Each team has made 2 first downs. Each team has punted twice. Giants have it at their 12 in their 3rd possession. 3:21 left in the first quarter, and no score. 3 scores after Sims' throw. Wide open. And Ernest Gray picks up big yards, and that's a first down covered by Everson Walls. Well, what's going on elsewhere? St. Louis builds their lead 10-0. First quarter over the visiting Bills. Detroit trying to hand Atlanta their first loss, 10-0 in the first quarter. Long field goal by Ed Murray. And Minnesota, walloped last week, is winning early today in Philadelphia on a field goal by Stenerud. Tony Galbraith is in the game. Little comebacker. Caught by Byron Williams in good yards. Perhaps enough for a first down. See where they put the ball down. Very close to a first down. Very close. It is a first down, Jerry Seaman, the referee tells us. Anthony Dickerson made that tackle.
Well, you see what happened? He was working on the 2 linebackers. It was a good move there because he just came up, worked right in between the 2 linebackers. That wasn't bad. But, you know, Tony Galbraith was in the game. He's a running back, a fullback, but he was flanked out here on the right side. He was wide open deep.
At the Giant 34. Motion by Johnson. And Carpenter with worthwhile yardage. He knows how to follow those blockers. He stayed right on their tail.
Well, the interesting thing on that play is that blocker that he was following is Kevin Belcher, the center. Let's see if we can see that. I like that stuff. Now watch the center. He'll pull. See, he pulls to the left. Boom, 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 boom. Here he comes. Lead up, go up, go up. Make a block right there. Picks off Randy White. Carpenter's right on the side. I like, you pull your guards, you pull your tackles, pull your center, pull anyone. They don't know what's going on.
You like that action, right?
Yeah, I like the centers pulling and stuff.
2nd down and 6. Another first down and more. Byron Williams. Hey, what a run. What a touchdown. What a touchdown. And listen to this crowd. Mr. Madden, I would say there's a great deal of hilarity here.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. The Giants now, they're a more fun team. They throw the ball open. They have some speed. They have some excitement. It's not that run on first down, run on second, and pass on third. Now they're passing on first, mixing it up. Good play by Byron Williams. Bad play by Everson Walls. He missed that tackle. He should have had it.
Extra point try. Ali Haji's Sheik. It's good. It is 7-0 with 1:33 left in the quarter.
One thing about Sims here, he's getting good pass protection from a young line. He watches Byron Williams. Now watch Walls. He was right there as close as you can get. He just didn't wrap up Byron Williams. Williams said, the heck with it. If you aren't going to tackle me, I'll score a touchdown. Oh!
And the last one he outran was Dickerson.
Let's watch the center here. We're talking about we saw a pull on one play. Here he picks up a blitz. You see, he took on Brunig, waited there, and he got Randy White coming from the outside. He'll double dipper. Not bad.
62-yard touchdown pass, 7-0 Giants. Ali Haji Sheik will kick it off. Gary Allen and Ron Fellows are deep. 4 plays, 88 yards. Seems wasn't fooling around. Fellows, big return to the 31-yard line.
Let's watch the touchdown again. Now, here's Byron Williams. Now, watch this move that he makes out here. Walls is watching. Now, look, he makes a little hook. Now, instead of hooking and going, he hooked and he slides to the inside. Walls is right there. As he wraps his arm, Williams just brings him, keeps him right on going, turns up the field, 62 yards and a touchdown.
Too bad he can't run.
You know, the other thing that Tom Landry was worried about his defense is he said they didn't tackle well last week. And they're starting out today not tackling well.
From the 31-yard line, Hogeboom answers it with a pass. And incomplete. A lot of pressure. There were hands up in front of him. And the coverage was by Perry Williams on the corner, trying to get it out to Doug Donnelly.
That's the thing on that one. You know, it was no real big pass rush. It was just a good push. And that's what you always try and do, is get your linemen to push those offensive guys back to the quarterback, then get their hands up. That's what they did on that play.
Hogeboom is 6'4", but he appeared to be at a disadvantage that time. 2nd and 10, Springs and Dorsett. Donnelly to the left along with Renfro. They split Springs out. Two linebackers, Andy Hedden and Joe McLaughlin. That Hedden is a big dude, 6'5", 240. And McLaughlin.
That's who made the good play right there is McLaughlin, because you know the thing that Dorsett does is he's going to try that cut back and spin. Now watch 52. Here's Dorsett. As he starts to cut out, he stays inside. And as he starts that spin, he's right there to get it. You can't over-commit on a Tony Dorsett.
3rd down and 12 as a result from the Dallas 29. He was cool, and it is intercepted. That's Kennard to the 16-yard line. 2nd interception against Dallas this year, and that's the 1st interception by the Giants this year. John, you talk about fun and emotion. They're way off, aren't they?
I know it. On this play here, Hogeboom throws high. He's trying to find Ron Springs, number 20. Now watch, as you throw high, the problem is you're going to throw over your receiver's head and then right into Kennard. Kennard got a nice jump on that. We see the man-to-man here. Kennard is the deep guy. Now he's looking. He sees the ball. You see him come up right there? Right there. He gets a good jump. Springs is trying to catch it. He catches it going the other way.
It's at the 16. Only 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Giants leading 7-0, trying to strike again. Why waste time? End zone, touchdown. That was Lionel Manuel, a rookie out of Pacific. Number 86. And, of course, his first professional touchdown. Boy, they didn't waste any time.
They did. Bill Parcells said he was going to get Manuel in the game. He said, but I want to get him in where if we complete the ball to him, it's a touchdown. And it did on that play. That was a different type of play for the Giants, Jack. It was a sprint play. The Giants call it turmoil. Start back and then sprint out to the right. An organized scramble.
Ali Haji Sheik was 4 for 4 last week. Ball being held by Jeff Rutledge. He's 2 for 2 today. It's 14-0.
Let's watch Manuel here. He's a rookie. University of Pacific. See the move he had? That was an out and up on Everson Walls. He went out, and then Walls reacted out, and boom, he went right by him up the field.
It was an out-and-out touchdown. 14-0. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. One play, 16 yards. Giants have scored 2 touchdowns in a minute and 15 seconds. Haji Sheik kicks a line drive. Allen and Fellows are deep. The ball is up for grabs. Picked up by Allen. He's at the 10. A flag goes down. He's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. They had a flag thrown.
It's one of those things that'll probably be against the Cowboys, blocking. There it is, blocking from behind above the waist. Let's watch the touchdown again while we're waiting for the penalty. Now, what the Giants did is an organized scramble. Sim starts here, comes out here. Good block. They seal this whole side. Manuel, the receiver, comes out, and Walls reacts to the out, then he goes up for the touchdown. Now, watch him here. It's the first time the Giants have done this.
Number 52.
Come up,
receiving
out.
team.
See the move out
During
there?
the return.
Walls comes up, boom.
First down.
The penalty against Billy Cannon on the return marks the ball down at the 7. Watch the penalty. 52. Got him right smack in the back. Ball is at the 6. Intercepted the last time. Let's see how they play it. Timmy Newsom is in there. Good yards for Dallas. That takes some of the pressure off. Terry Kennard, who made an interception earlier, made that tackle. There's Landry, and that's the end of the first quarter. You'll recall that Monday night, Dallas fell behind 13-0, came back and beat the Rams. Now they trail 14-0.
Sponsored by the new Chrysler Corporation. We don't want to be the biggest, we just want to be the best. AT&T computers from AT&T Information Systems, when you've got to be right. And by Stroh and Stroh Light, fire brewed for smoother taste.
As the quarter ended, Timmy Newsom ran for 6 yards, and so it's 2nd down and 4 at the Dallas 12. Gary Hogeboom is 2 out of 6. Sacked 1 time, and he's thrown an interception. Newsom and Dorsett are in the line. Now that's something. When you got a Dorsett in your lineup and Carson ran him out of bounds, you can pick up some yards and get a first down, which he did. St. Louis walloping Buffalo 17-0 in the first quarter. Lomax has passed for 2 touchdowns. The Bears are still doing well, 10-0 in the second quarter. McMahon a pass to Billy Galt, William Galt. Why didn't you keep up with him, John?
I tell you, he can run.
And Tampa Bay leads New Orleans on a pass from Thompson to Armstrong. We'll keep you right up to snuff. And then at halftime, while we'll get together with Brent Musburger and Irv Dross and Hank Stram, Phyllis, Jimmy the Greek, and the others, and we'll tell you all about the other games. Here's the first down, Dallas. A fake screen left and a screen right to Springs. He waited for the blocks, and he gets big yards across the 25. 2nd down and 1 coming up. A fine play with Carson on another tackle.
That's the old double screen where you fake screen left to half, screen right to full. I like to call that stuff. Fake screen left. Let's watch it here. Here's Dorsett. He draws a crowd. He goes left. Fake screen left to half, turn, screen right to full. There's Ron Sims. Now he waits right here, Springs, and he sets up his blocks. He waits. He gets 2 good blocks, and that enables him about 5 more yards.
One of the blocks was by Kirk Peterson. It's 2nd down and 1. And a first down. First down out to the Dallas 29-yard line. John, the pass that screened to Springs that picked up 9 was set up by the run of Dorsett. If you've got a back like him, you can do almost anything.
Well, I think it's just set up by having Tony Dorsett in the backfield, and anytime he goes one way, you're always going to have a bunch of guys on the other team go that way too. And it's a pretty good move coming back to Springs on the other side. Not as many guys.
First down at the Dallas 30-yard line. Clock Crosby, the tight end, is on the right side. Dorsett. Pretty good combo. Good blocking. Good run. Out to the 40. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be short of a first down by about a yard, so they're picking up big chunks. And here are scores of other games for you. The Eagles have caught Minnesota in the first quarter 3-3. Carson made that last tackle, by the way. And Kansas City still leading Cincinnati second quarter 7-0. And scoreless in the second quarter. New England and Miami, they always play tough games. Bill Parcells said, or it was Tom Landry said, whenever you play in your own division, you've got your hands full.
So it's always so much tougher. So, you know, you play each other twice every year, and you develop rivalries, and they know you better, and you know them better. He said every time they play the Giants, it's always a tough game. I think now he's down 14-0. He's thinking this is a heck of a lot more than just a tough game. When you say it's a tough game, that means you won. You know, it was a tough battle, but you won. You know, like McEnroe can say, boy, that was tough, but he won.
How are those guys going to crank it up for today?
I don't know. Jimmy Connors doesn't have to do that. McEnroe, they're amazing guys for that endurance.
How about Summerall? Does he have endurance?
Oh, shit. That guy really has endurance. He could go and go, then get up and go some more.
Second down and less than a yard. Springs. Oh, he got the first down, but there's very good pursuit and tackling by the Giants, led by Mark Haynes, number 36. He is a terrific player, an all-pro player, one of the best in the game, the cornerback on the left side.
You know what I like about what the Cowboys are doing right now is Tom Landry knows that he has a young quarterback starting for the second time in Gary Hogeboom, and he doesn't want him to panic. So therefore, when he calls the plays, he's not panicking.
He's not putting it in his lap.
Right. I mean, he's not getting down by 2 touchdowns and say, throw, throw, throw.
Cowboys are at their 42, another first down. This is a good drive. Springs in motion. Overthrown. He tried to get it to Springs. There was pretty good coverage on him by the linebacker, Lawrence Taylor. I didn't think he could cover that well.
Well, you see what happened on that thing. You know, when you come back, he was looking deep, and then he had to come to a shorter receiver. He was ready to throw the ball deeper, and he kept that same strength in his arm. And then he came back and just threw it out of bounds.
When is Hogeboom's, there's Bill Sim, what a start he's had. 7 out of 10 and 2 touchdowns. What does Hogeboom's name mean in Dutch?
Tall tree.
Tall tree, under center, second down and 10. Maybe committed to a passing series. Good for 5 at the most, hauled in by Springs. Third down and 5 coming up. We have 12:20 left in the half. Giants are leading 14-0. McLaughlin and Andy hadn't made the tackles.
Watch big Jim Burton there, the nose tackle. He's on Rafferty. He gets by him. They're bringing Harry Carson. Oh, Burt was just kind of feeling his way through there. He said, I usually play the run in there, not much on the pass rush. Knocked down 2 balls last week against Philadelphia, though.
Larry Flowers is in as the extra back for the Giants. Third down and 6. It's there. And out of bounds at the 25-yard line is Timmy Newsom. You know how much he weighs? 235. A 29-yard play.
Right, and he's a halfback. He's the guy that, you know, plays the tailback, and he plays out there in the slot and so on. We'll see him here. He's right on the left in his shotgun. He's what they call a wing. Now, one thing about Hogeboom, he does watch the receiver he's going to throw to. He was looking for Timmy Newsom. He said, that's the guy I want. He watched him all the way. And sometimes if you have a strong arm, you can still do that.
I bet you're upset that we haven't had many penalty plays.
I'll tell you, that's great. I mean, you know you're going to get them on the kicks, but in the regular play, we haven't had them.
From the 25-yard line, Hogeboom apparently is changing things around. Big hole for Dorsett. He's inside the 20. He got about 6 yards. Good blocking up front. Harry Carson with another tackle.
And it's a good block also by the fullback, Ron Springs. We see the guard pull, the tackle pull, and they lead the fullback out there. You see they got boom, boom, and another guy out there. When they send Dorsett, always send a lot of guys with him. You know, he doesn't go by himself.
Dorsett has carried 8 times, 42 yards. Let's watch Springs.
He was the lead block. Now watch him on Kenny Hill. He goes and takes that leg right out from under him.
Here's the pass play on 2nd and 4. End zone, is it there? And it is out of bounds. Incomplete to Doug Donnelly. He was covered by Perry Williams, and Hogeboom had to lead him that much.
I'll tell you, Hogeboom looks like he may have hurt his right arm again on that throw. That was a heck of a throw to Doug Donnelly, but just as he threw that ball, he was hit from the blind side by Casey Merrill. He got up holding that right arm.
And, of course, he was out during training camp with a bad elbow. 3rd down and 4 at the Giant 19. Donnelly's to the left. First down. And out of bounds at the 13-yard line goes Springs. A 7-yard pickup for a first down. Kennard defending. 10:53 left.
You know, that Ron Springs really does a lot of things. Let's watch Mark Haynes out here. He's out there. He's playing man-to-man on Doug Donnelly, and that's going to be a physical thing. You know, when you get a new starter, that was on Mike Renfro, that one. When you get a new guy starting, you want your cornerbacks to get up tight and hit him, and, you know, let him know that it's going to be a physical game.
Ball's at the 13, and it's first down. Cowboys trailing 14-0. Up back, Springs inside the 10. Boy, they come at you from so many different ways, John.
Well, Ron Springs does. I was talking about Ron Springs. We see him carry the ball that time. We saw him on a block. We saw him catch passes. I'll tell you, you know, as a fullback, he doesn't run a lot as a fullback, but he sure does a lot of other things.
Springs got 4. Curtis McGriff the tackle. 2nd and 6. Joe McLaughlin helped out. It's the 12th play of this drive. 10:20 left in the half. 14-0 in favor of the Giants. 2nd down and 6. Downey to the right. Renfro to the right. Renfro in motion. Crosby on the left side. And short yards on that. Pickup of 3 yards. 3rd down coming up. Springs caught it. Detroit pounding Atlanta now. 17-0 in the 2nd quarter. Gary Danielson hit on a touchdown pass. Kansas City increases their lead over the Bengals, 14-0. Todd Blackledge with a touchdown pass to Hancock. And yet another score for you. 3-3 2nd quarter. Vikings and the Eagles. And we have 33 with 9:35 left in the half. Are the Cowboys going to have to settle for 3 points? Hogeboom is upset about it. He calls timeout.
He's upset. They only had 10 guys in the game. What happened is Dorsett walked off the field and Springs went off, and they didn't have another back. Now Dorsett's walking back in.
Let me ask you, John, would you rather run a play with 10 men or call a timeout?
I would call a timeout.
Okay.
In that situation. 9:27
remaining in the half. John Madden and Jack Buck with you from Giants Stadium. 9:27 left in the half. 3rd and 3 confronts the Cowboys. And will determine whether they go for the touchdown or settle for a field goal. Dorsett is out of there. Timmy Newsom is in the backfield with Ron Springs. Renfro is to the left. Donnelly to the right. Where are you going to go, Timmy? 3rd down. Oh, the blitz. And a fumble. Hedden is racing with the ball. He's going to score. Nobody's near him. This is going to make it 20-0, and there are no flags.
There is a flag, Jack, but that flag is against the Cowboys. Will still be a touchdown for the Giants.
Lawrence Taylor nailed him. Andy Hedden picked it up and ran it 82 yards to make it 20-0.
Illegal motion. Number 20, offense, penalty time, touchdown.
this. You see, Hogeboom doesn't see Lawrence Taylor. He comes, not only hits him from the blind side, but with his right hand, he strips him, knocks the ball out. Andy Hedden, number 54, is right there, picks it up. Now, I'll tell you, he's running like a wide receiver there. He's not running like some old linebacker. Oh.
Hedden is 6'5". He got a good bounce, a lucky bounce. The extra point by Ali Haji-Sheikh is good. And 9:15 left in the half. Look at that score, 21-0. Credit Andy Hedden with an 81-yard return of that fumble, and that's a record, folks, in the NFL. Ron Fellows is deep along with Gary Allen. Ali Haji-Sheikh will pick it off. Very big hang time on that one, and they're going to try it. Allen is shy of the 20-yard line. He's at the 19, and Mark Haynes tackled him.
Let's watch the whole play again, Jack. But what happened is, as we see it here, all their guys lined up out here. Then they had to get Newsom to come back, and then Spring starts in motion, and he goes forward, and then he comes from the backside, Lawrence Taylor. Now watch how confused they are here. See, they start here. Now look, right now, stop it. There's no back in here. So now Newsom's going to come back. Now watch him. Okay, now he comes here. Now watch. Now we got the fullback. Now Springs is going to start in motion. He goes forward. And then we start that. Now stop it here. No one blocks Taylor. He hits Hogeboom, fumble, Hedden. So the Cowboys had about as many things go wrong in that as you can.
They should have blocked Taylor. The ball is at the 19. Hogeboom on first down. And Springs dropped it. Well, that's what he doesn't need. We said earlier that Landry was trying to call plays to keep the pressure off of this kid, but now he's in deep trouble.
Now it's going to be tough to him because at 14-0, it was easier to do. Now as it gets to be 21-0, now he has to make something happen here before halftime, and I'm sure he's just thinking in terms of one, but he'd like to get that one.
Hogeboom is 7 out of 14, 63 yards, 1 intercepted, sacked twice.
That was Danny White. He was warming up, but not as a quarterback. He's warming up to punt.
All at the Dallas 19-yard line. Flowers the extra back, and oh, what a dandy catch. What a big play. The ball comes across midfield in the arms of Mike Renfro. That's the way his dad used to catch it. 31 yards.
Tom Landry was saying he's the guy he wants to start. He said he's a real pro, and he can get away from things like this. You see, that's that double zone. He gets in front of the corner, behind the corner, in front of the safety, makes a nice catch. And then, of course, look who finally makes the tackle. Lawrence Taylor coming all the way.
A new daddy, by the way, Lawrence is.
That's right, and he wanted us to mention that his wife had a daughter on Friday. He said, if you mention it, then I don't have to make any phone calls.
From the 49, a bootleg by Hogeboom. Good faking. Oh, no. That was a terrifically timed hit. A terrifically timed hit by Terry Kennard. Crosby is shaken up. We have some scores for you. It's 3rd down and 10. The Bears are handily over Denver in the second quarter, 17-0. Walter Payton with a 72-yard run. Tampa Bay, New Orleans deadlocked in the second quarter. And Detroit by 10 over Atlanta in the second quarter, and Gerald Riggs had a touchdown. Kansas City leading by 7 in the second quarter over Cincinnati. Let's watch that last play.
I'll tell you, that Terry Kennard, you know, he was their #1 draft choice out of Clemson a year ago. That's what the Giants drafted him for. They said he could hit.
Fred Cornwell is in at the tight end, number 85 for the Cowboys. 3rd and 10. And it's batted down. The big defensive lineman, Jordan Martin, got his hands up, and the Cowboys are going to have to punt.
That was a good move by Martin because he looked like he adjusted in space.
That was 2nd down. It's 3rd down coming up.
George Martin comes in on the 2nd and long and 3rd and long. He's their pass rusher. Curtis McGriff plays the left end and running down. That was a nice move by Martin. It was like one of those basketball things where he got up there and then moved when he was in the air.
Look at Hogeboom. He's all torn up on that elbow from the AstroTurf.
He's probably torn up. He took that sleeve off that he had on there. Remember that pad he had on there earlier? Just took it off.
Larry Flowers, the extra defensive back, 3rd and 10. And incomplete. Great defense by the Giants. Getting a hand on it was Harry Williams, the cornerback, number 23. Now they'll have to punt. With 8 minutes exactly left in the half.
Harry Williams is another one of those new Giants that can run. On that play, he was number 23 playing corner. He had help from his safety. Larry Flowers came over, so they got a double team on that deep ball.
Danny White punting for the 3rd time, and Phil McConkey is at his 10th. White hangs it high. Coverage is terrific. And McConkey is right about the 15-yard line. There goes a flag, one of the few we've had. A 38-yard punt, a 3-yard return, and a flag. The tackle by Billy Cannon. Barry Seaman, the referee, arriving at the scene of the accident to tell you who did what. Probably against the Giants on the return. Now 7:49 left in the half.
It's something more complicated than that, Jack. They're talking too much to just be one of those blocking from behind. I think there's probably more than one penalty. See, it looks like, see, they're telling the referee. Yeah, one guy said, yeah, I had this, I had that. That's what they're talking about. And then he points back there, Jerry Seaman does. That means let's go back and we'll just kick it over again.
Illegal formation, offense, only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Personal foul, dead ball foul, number 22, kicking team. Personal foul, dead ball foul, number 44, receiving team. Repeat the down.
And so they'll punt it over from the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, that was a good day for the officials. I mean, on one down, on one play, when you can come up with 3 penalties on one thing, I mean, that's like your special of the week. You know, like any restaurant you go into, red snapper's always a catch of the day. That was a catch of the day right there. Three dippers on one deal.
I was in a restaurant the other night where the catch of the day was hepatitis. 7:49 left in the half. McConkey again standing back at his 10. Another good punt. Anglers are out of bounds. Good Dallas bounce. Dandy punt by Danny White. Well, you got to say for him, he's doing his job, and he hasn't moaned much. He doesn't like it, but he hasn't complained. A 41-yard kick.
And that's not the job he wants to do. He wants to be doing that other job.
Giants lead with 7:40 left in the half. 21-0 at their own 8. First aid for Gary Hogeboom.
Well, you know, that first aid looks like it's one of those artificial turf burns. In addition to that, he also had a hyperextended elbow. That's what it looked like before they started working on it. See, they got to clean that blood up and get it off there and then put some more stuff on it.
From the 8-yard line, Phil Sim. I'll be darned, he's throwing again. And it's batted down. And he was throwing into double coverage. It kind of looked like he could have had his tight end early in Zeke Mowat. But then he pumped it up again and threw deep. Ed Jones got in and batted the ball down. On CBS next Saturday, Thomas Hearns and Fred Hutchings in the WBC World Super Welterweight Championship. Thomas is the hitman is fighting a left-hander, John.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, Thomas Hearns went from hitman and then he went to a boxer and he was called the Cobra. He's back to the hitman now. I'll tell you, when he hits with that right, he's devastating.
And horse racing, the Woodward and the Futurity as well. Flags rain down on the field. That's next Saturday on CBS. What happened, Jerry? Who's going to get what? It's against the Giants. They moved too quickly. By the way, on that last play, that was the first offensive play by the Giants in this quarter.
Hey, when you're causing fumbles and picking them up and running 80 yards with them, you don't need the other team out there.
I was wrong again. It's against the visiting Cowboys.
Right. Number 72, defense. Still second down.
That's the second penalty against Dallas and none against the Giants with 7:35 left in the half. That's strange. It's Second down and 5. The New York 13. Carpenter with a blast across the 15-yard line, short of a first down, ran into the arms of Randy White and others. Bob Brunig. Little Joe Morris blocking.
Hey, he just, all he's doing there is sealing. I mean, that's why a halfback can do that. He just comes out and seals because the action is way inside of him.
First down at the 18. 7 minutes left in the half. Clock running, 21-0. Giants. He's been throwing on first down. Going to do it again. Look out, Phil. Down he goes. That's the first time he's been sacked. Jim Jeffcoat out of Arizona State. Number 77 got it.
I'll tell you, Jeffcoat's the guy that got it, but the guy that caused it was Too Tall Jones. We'll watch Jeffcoat here. He's going against William Roberts, a rookie out of Ohio State. He starts off pretty good, and then you see he gets even with him, gets his arm beyond him, and then he catches Sims from behind. But the guy right there, 72, Too Tall Jones, is the guy that made the play. He broke free up the middle, and he made Sims run out of there.
They have a rookie tackle. It's 2nd and 16, a rookie tackle. William Roberts on the left side. Second-year man, Carl Nelson, on the right side. 2nd and 15. And the delay. Good for about 5. 3rd and long coming up. Joe Morris carried. Bob Brunig and Everson Walls and Jim Jeffcoat all there.
That's one way to help your tackle. You get a rush out there from a Too Tall Jones, and then we see Bill Parcells there, and he's thinking, now I got to give those 2 young tackles some help. But when you get a guy pass rushing on you on long yardage, you run a draw inside of him to his side. And that's what they did to Too Tall. Got him going up the field and came back inside him, just to make him stay at home a little.
3rd and 12. 7 defensive backs for the Cowboys. Will they be coming? Straight rush and the running play to Joe Morris. He needed big yards, didn't get it. The Giants will have to punt. Clock still running, 5:20 left in the half. Dennis Thurman, the tackler. Here comes Dave Jennings to kick for the 3rd time. With a 62-yard touchdown pass to Byron Williams, a 16-yard touchdown pass to Manuel, and the 81-yard fumble return by Andy Hedden. Gary Allen will take the kick from Jennings. Line drive should be returned from the 40, 45, 49. Cowboys go from there. And the one thing they want to do, John Madden, after that 28-yard net punt, 37 yards, 9-yard return, is to score before halftime.
That's what, even if it's a field goal, just get something on the board.
On CBS Sports at noon Eastern Time, our 3rd season of collegiate football, the Washington Huskies and the Michigan team. Huskies defeated Northwestern 26-0 yesterday. And what did Michigan do to Miami, the number 1 team?
And Michigan got them 22-14. I'll tell you, that was a big surprise. I knew that Miami was good. I didn't expect that much out of Michigan.
Ball at the 49, a first down. Good protection for Hogeboom, and it's caught down at the 35 of the Giants. Say this for Hogeboom, as soon as he saw Donnelly in the clear, he let it fly, didn't he?
An interesting point there. Usually when you start a backup quarterback, in practice, he spent all his time working with backup. So you see Hogeboom and Donnelly are really a natural combination. Donnelly was a backup receiver, Hogeboom a backup quarterback. They spend a lot of time in practice together.
And it's paid off there. The ball is at the Giant 36 with the first down. 4:05 left in the half. Timmy Newsom. He's inside the 35, down to the 33. Tackled by Harry Carson.
You know, the Cowboys look out of sync to me today. Maybe it's the Giants have made them out of sync, but they look a little lethargic, a little slow and like they're not hitting on all their cylinders.
Well, they played Monday, and then they had to travel here. They've had a short week.
Of course, and then they lost Tony Hill on Monday, so they had to bring in 2 wide receivers this week, Harold Carmichael and Waddell Smith, and changing the quarterbacks. They have a lot of change in this team.
Second down. Oh, the man tripped. There goes the flag. Timmy Newsom got tangled with the feet of Terry Kennard, and they've thrown the flag and called interference. That's the first penalty against the Giants.
And that may be the break that the Cowboys need right here. Let's watch it from the end zone. Now watch here. Kennard is just coming in there, and Kennard didn't trip him. You know what happened? Newsom's foot got caught in the artificial turf.
Is that right?
Yeah, I guess it's right. I think.
First down.
I don't think, yeah. I'd like to see it again.
They put the ball down at the 10, and it's first and goal.
Yeah, when he tripped, his left foot just got caught in the turf, I'm sure. Kennard is still arguing about it. I'm sure he's right. Now watch it here. He just hits his right. He tripped himself. He had his left foot, and he tripped himself with his right foot.
You're right.
You can't penalize the guy for tripping himself. Penalize the other guy, can you?
They did. A delay to Dorsett, no gain. Boy, did that hold jammed by Harry Carson in a hurry. How many tackles has he made today?
I'll tell you, he's probably the best against the run. Let's see right here. You see here, we're going to watch this play again. I think that he starts to trip right there. Then he hits his own foot, and then by that time, the trip that Newsom did, that forces Kennard into him. He tripped himself.
Carson has made 5 unassisted tackles in this game. It's second down and goal, the ball at the 10.
Well, I used to dance.
Renfro to the left, Donnelly to the right, Springs to the right. And in... Now they rule it a fumble. It's a fumble, folks, and the ball belongs to Terry Kennard. The tackle by Lawrence Taylor. Again. Taylor stripped the ball. Kennard came away with it. It was not ruled a forward pass. I saw one thing on that play, John. One of the blockers tried to cut block his man, and he missed it.
Well, you know, the thing with, you always have to be aware, even though it's your backside. Now watch Hogeboom here. He has his head turned. But when that backside of yours is Lawrence Taylor, you have to be aware of that thing. Boom, he got him just as he was bringing the ball up. That was a fumble.
That's the third Dallas turnover. And the Giants have the lead, 21-0. They're at their own 5, 2:29 left. The Giants have 3 timeouts remain. Turnovers, Dallas for the 3rd time today, and the Giants none. The Giants only 1 penalty. Everything going against Dallas, although they got a break on the previous play. Carpenter spins out for 2.5 yards. Cowboys have only 2 timeouts remaining.
Let's watch that last play. Now, here's Lawrence Taylor right here. See, this guard has to block here. The tackle has to block here. They're bringing the tight end in from here. Doug Cosby, he can't get in. Lawrence Taylor comes from the backside. Now watch him here. You always have to have a guy on Taylor, but now watch right here. Here comes Cosby. He can't get him. Lawrence Taylor just goes right by. Hogeboom doesn't see him, doesn't feel him, and whap, there comes the ball plumping out.
We're up to the 2-minute warning. I guess that was the only kind of block that Cosby could try to make, and he didn't get it done. 2 minutes left in the half.
The National Football League.
Giants leading 21-0. 2 touchdown passes and a fumble recovery. 2 minutes left in the half. Cowboys have 2 timeouts remaining, and the Giants have 3. The ball is at their 8, and it's second down and 7 coming up. Here's a reverse to the tight end, Moat, a block by Sims, and that's enough for a first down. He didn't clear him out, John, but he got in the way, didn't he?
I'll tell you, he did more than that. You know, that's how a quarterback can really get the respect of his players, when he'll hand off and lead on a sweep for you like a pulling guard.
That may allow the Giants to keep the ball to the end of the half. It came out to the 19.
Let's see if we can watch it. I never had a quarterback that would ever do this. They'd say, yeah, okay, you call it. I won't do it. Now watch Sims right here. He's right there in front. Watch him right there. He gets a little block there, a little roll block. You down a little roll block. That's not bad. At least he's out there.
On first down, little Joe Morris squirts forward for a couple of yards. You know, in that reverse play down there, John, you're handling the ball frequently. Carpenter carried that time. Scores of other games, the Bears way ahead, and they'll be playing Green Bay next week. You'll see it on CBS, 20-0. And Tampa Bay at the half leads New Orleans by 7, trying to win their first game. And Detroit leading Atlanta. The Falcons are coming back 17-10. That's at the half. Buckhurst had a 51-yard field goal, and Miami is the first to score in the New England game. Second down and 7. Sims threw it away. Stops the clock with 28 seconds left in the half. At halftime, you'll see scores and see some highlights of other games with Brent Irv and Hank Stram, who's in the studio today, and a preview of the U.S. Open tennis finals coming up between Lendl and McEnroe. You'll see that on CBS when this game is over. 28 seconds remaining in the half. 21-0 Giants. Sims is 7 out of 12. All of the yardage of 118 in the first quarter. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. Third down. That's not enough for a first down. Morris carrying the ball, and now Dallas uses one of their timeouts. With 21 seconds left, they have 1 timeout remaining. Ed Jones made that tackle.
I think what they probably want to do here is take a timeout, maybe go for the punt block, because they know that Dave Jennings is having some problems. Last week, of course, he injured the ribs and couldn't punt. And maybe they want to go for a block here, then take a fair catch and maybe get 1 or 2 plays in here before the halftime. Because, as we said, being down 21-0, they'd sure like to get something on that board before halftime.
So John Madden thinks they'll be coming. Jennings, who will be punting for the 4th time, he's averaged 37 yards a kick.
Yeah, I would think the Cowboys have 10 men up on the line of scrimmage, so I would think they should bring 6 or 7 of them.
Barry Allen is the deep man. It away, and there won't be any protection for Allen, who took it on the 21. He won't get very far. Talk about a good solid tackle downfield by Robbie Jones. He put his head down in the right spot, didn't he?
He sure did on that one, but the big thing was Dave Jennings and that punt that he got off in that situation.
51 yards.
I tell you, he made a nice recovery. Last week, he couldn't even kick. Ali Haji Sheikh had a kick. He had bad ribs, but he looks like in 1 week that he's fine again after that punt.
And Haji Sheikh had to punt, and he had it blocked in his only effort. The ball at the Dallas 30. They have 1 timeout left and only 9 seconds remaining. And they trail 21-0. They're in a leaky boat.
I think here they'll probably just run out the clock.
You're right. Tim Newsom, he's carried more than 100 times without a fumble. And he does run out the clock, and do these fans love it? Lawrence Taylor made that tackle. Whoever wins this game will lead the Eastern Division of the National. Well, of course, one of the big differences, 3 turnovers for the Dallas Cowboys, none for the Giants. The Cowboys will get the ball to start the second half.
Michelob. One smooth and mellow taste tells you that some things speak for themselves. Wang. Wang puts people in front of computers. And by Sears, where you'll find great values. There's more for your life at
Fans
Sears.
here soaking up some sunshine. Fans here soaking up the sunshine. Ali Haji Sheikh will kick it off. We start the second half. Gary Allen and Ron Fellows are deep for the Cowboys. And this one heads for Fellows. He took it on the one. Oh, he fumbled the ball. And the Giants have the ball again on the fourth turnover. Byron Hunt covered it. The fourth Dallas turnover.
Was trying to make a move with his right arm. That's the good news. The bad news is he had the ball in that right hand. Watch him here. He hits in here. Now he's going to spin. Now watch the right hand come up over. You see, he started to move the right hand up as he moved, and the ball went right up with it, right up his shoulder pads, and there was Byron Hunt. Tom Landry's looking up and saying, what bad could happen next?
Kenny Daniels stripped the ball for the Giants. Byron Hunt got the recovery at the 18-yard line. Looking for a quick one. End zone, heavy traffic. Touchdown. It was the tight end going up to get it. Zeke Moat. Isn't this something? 18 yards. The things that Landry said at halftime means nothing when you fumble the opening kickoff.
And the thing that the Giants are doing, they're not only getting these turnovers, but when they do get one, crap, they're hitting the Cowboys right back with it.
Another extra point makes it 28-0. Haji Sheikh hasn't missed all year. He's 8 out of 8.
Let's watch the touchdown. Now, Zeke Moat is a tight end. He'll come from the right side. We see here Sims. He picks him up right now, right down the middle. Moat was right there, and he had Dexter Clinkscale, the strong safety, man-to-man on him. Watch Sims. I'll tell you, he has emotion. He's like an old nose tackle in there. They love it.
It only took 16 seconds off the clock here in the second half, and the Giants have 7 more points and lead 28-0. Haji Sheikh kicks to Fellows or Allen. And they're going to down. You know, the Giants have struck in a hurry when they've had the football. Boy, it's frustrating.
Well, let's watch it and see how they struck. We're going to see Moat as the tight end here. Now, because the Cowboys are blitzing, the weak safety has to come over here, Downs, and play man-to-man here. So Moat gets man-to-man right here, and Dexter Clinkscale right up here and into the post with no help in the middle. But it's really just a good pattern and a good throw. Now see, the motion gets him here. All 4 of those defensive backs of the Cowboys are man-to-man. Clinkscale is the man working on Moat. Moat gives him a little inside, then boom, right there in the middle for the touchdown. No help in the middle because Downs was also playing man-to-man.
Back to live action from the 20-yard line. Springs in motion and a give to Dorsett. And he gets a first down out to the 31, and Carson ran him out. Dorsett 11 yards, and he's run 10 times for 53.
That's what we were talking about earlier. You know, not only have the Cowboys had miscues, but once they have, then the Giants have taken advantage. 3 touchdowns as a result of an interception and 2 fumbles. And that other fumble was when the Cowboys were going in on the 5-yard line. So that's a heck of a lot of deal there.
And the Giants, when they got the ball, scored in 1 minute and 48. They scored in 7 seconds. They returned the fumble for a touchdown, then scored in 5 seconds.
Well, coaches say, make something happen. I think that's what they're talking about.
Pass to Cosby, and he is out near the 39-yard line and smacked down by McLaughlin, and we have a flag. And that's going to stop the Cowboys and negate that game. Everything's going wrong for Dallas.
Going to be offensive holding against the Cowboys, and referee called that. It happened right in front of him as he was watching the quarterback. Referee's Jerry Seaman. number 70. That's a bad number for Jerry Seaman. He should be like number 2.
Holding number 61, offense.
You see, if you're number 7, you ought to say, holding. Not like that.
Rex Stewart is the umpire. Leo Miles, the head linesman. Bama Glass, the line judge. The back judge is Paul Bates. Wayne Gandy, the side judge. And the field judge is Jack Vaughn. There's Tom Landry, and he and his club are in trouble. First and 20. At the 20. Only a few for Dorsett. Terry Kennard and Perry Williams defending. We had the 2 top quarterbacks in the NFL after last week's first games, and today in the NFC, rather.
I think the big thing there that Phil Simms said, you know, last week he had over 300 yards in the first half. Now he only has 136, but the big thing there is that 3 touchdowns.
Second and 17. The extra back is Larry Flowers for the Giants. Hogeboom out of the shotgun. And incomplete. Reaching for it, unable to get it, was Ron Springs, covered by Lawrence Taylor. In scores of other games, the Bears are having a good old time trying to win their second game, 27-0 at the half over Denver. And Cincinnati has caught Kansas City in the third quarter, 14-all. St. Louis leading in the third quarter and shutting out Buffalo 24-0. Tampa Bay trying to win their first game, leading 13-7. Lawrence Taylor went out holding his side. Third down, 17. A whistle stops play. That was before the snap and probably delay, although I wasn't watching the 30-second clock. It's a procedure call against the Cowboys.
And that's what it was. The clock ran out. The 30-second timer ran out on him. Larry Hogeboom is looking a little frustrated here. You know, Danny White would get that look once in a while. And, of course, so they replaced Danny White with Hogeboom. And, you know, like Tom Landry says, when you...
Prior to the snap, number 65 and number 75, offense. Still third down.
That's the 4th penalty against the Cowboys. The Giants have been penalized once, and there's the yardage, 3rd and 22.
That's why the clock ran out, because the guys jumped off sides before they did it.
Speaking of clock, we haven't even played 1 minute here in the third quarter. Screen. Need big yards. And Timmy Newsom cannot get it. Short of a first down, the ball came loose. But it was whistled dead, and it's 4th down for the Cowboys, who will have to punt. Let's check Lawrence Taylor along the sideline. He's hurt. When he comes out, you know he's hurt.
It's like his shoulder. They're checking up underneath his right shoulder pad. Pretty soon, if they really have to check, they'll probably take that jersey and pads off. Well, they're doing it right now, so they can take a look at it.
Back to get this Danny White punt, and remember, he can throw and run. This is his 5th punt of the day. Is Phil McConkey. Hung it high. There's dandy coverage. You're in trouble, Phil. And he's down at his own 29-yard line. Tackle downfield by Steve DiOssi, and Taylor is hurting. That's a shame. Giants have a 28-0 lead. 13-17 left in the half, and they're at their own. That's Lawrence Taylor on the Giant bench.
What they're doing there, Jack, is checking for a separation in his shoulder. They took the jersey off, and then they took the shoulder pads off, and then they just cut the T-shirt off.
The Giants, let's see how they approach things now. They have Woolfolk in motion and Morris in the backfield. They give to Joe Morris, and look at Too Tall. Boy, you talk about a mismatch. Jones is 6'9", and Morris is 5'7".
I know, but someone has to block too tall for Morris, because as you say, too tall is too tall for Morris. But what happened on that, it looked like the right tackle, Carl Nelson, fired to the outside, and too tall took a quick inside move on him, and he just missed him. Tall says, "Look what I found here."
Icing the shoulder. It's second down and 14 for the Giants. Sims not sitting on it, and it is dropped by the tight end, Moad. And now for an NFL Today report. Let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, no one throws the long pass any better than Bartkowski of the Atlanta Falcons. Pump fake, White Shoes Johnson breaks long down the left sideline, touchdown pass, and Atlanta has tied Detroit at 17. Back to Jack and John.
Detroit trying to win their first game, and Atlanta trying to win their second. Third down and 14 at the New York 25. Sims going for the bundle, and he throws incomplete. Was trying to get it to the speedster Bobby Johnson out of Kansas. There's Lawrence Taylor. Michael Downs and Ron Fellows were covering on that play. Look at that physique, John. That's the way, I was going to say you used to be. That's the way you are.
And, what they're doing there, you see, is they're checking both shoulders, you know, and checking down there at the hands to see if he still has strength in that shoulder. Then they compare the right to the left.
Dr. Russell Warren is tending to him. Here's a line drive punt. Allen takes it at the 30, 35. He spins out to the 40, and the ball came loose, but he is down at the 40-yard line. The Cowboys will get it there. We don't need any more fumbles in this game, do we?
Well, the Cowboys don't need any. They would like to get some from the other team, though.
That was a 45-yard punt, a 10-yard return. The Cowboys are at their 40 and trailing 28-0. It's 28-0. They're trying to get Lawrence Taylor back in the game, aren't they?
They are. They're taping him now, and that's what you call a donut that they're putting on there. It's a piece of sponge with a hole in it. The hole goes over the injured part. Then they'll put the shoulder pads on over that, and they're trying to get him fixed up to go back in and play it. First they put ice on it, and now they're trying to get him back in there.
Even with the score, 28-0.
A player's a player.
The coach is the coach.
A trainer's a trainer.
Crosby in motion, and Hogeboom on first down. Gets another first down across midfield. The ball came loose, and they say it's dead. It's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. The Cowboys already have 9 turnovers in a game and a half.
And they came very close to having another one there, but the Giants are causing a lot of that.
Pat Summerall and John Madden will be in Green Bay for that Bears game. The Bears trying to win their second of the season today, and also next Sunday on CBS, Atlanta at Minnesota and the Cardinals at Indianapolis. Look at that Chicago score as Walter Payton breaks Jimmy Brown's NFL total offense record, more than 15,000 yards. So congratulations to Walter. The ball is at the 49 of New York. Here comes Dorsett. He's something, isn't he? He's something. Another first down inside the 35. Here's the rest of the schedule for CBS next Sunday. The Saints at San Francisco, the Eagles at Dallas. That's the debut for the Cowboys at home. These Giants go to Washington, and the Rams play at Pittsburgh. All of that action on CBS next Sunday. Putting the jersey back on, give him a slap in the back and say, go get him.
Yep, he'll be back in there. The report from the bench is that he had a shoulder bruise. They were checking for a separation. It wasn't separated. Put the pads on. He'll be back in. I'm sure he'll be back in this drive.
Dorsett ran for 15. He's carried 12 times, 71 yards. Springs and Newsom are in there now at first down at the 35. More big yards inside the 25. That's another first down. Doug Donnelly caught it.
That's what we're talking about here. I don't think you can give a receiver this much room. You see the corner back there, Mark Haynes, he's way off. Donnelly just pushes up. He just cuts in front of him. Haynes has to stay off there. He's waiting for his linebacker help, Andy Head, and it doesn't get out there.
Does the score have anything to do with the way they're playing it, John?
I don't think so. I think when you're a team like the Giants, you only won 3 games last year. It's a new year. You go after it.
The 23-yard line. Screen pass. And this will get some with Springs. Carrying to the 11. That's another first down. And the Cowboys are rolling, as we know they can roll. Terry Kennard, the tackler.
Did you notice one thing, though, Jack? They're rolling a little easier when Lawrence Taylor wasn't in there.
I forgot about that.
That's kind of like those mice play when the cat's away. They get him out of there, and they start. This would be Lawrence Taylor's side. Now, they throw a screen pass out here to Ron Springs. This would have been Lawrence Taylor right there instead of Byron Hunt.
Byron Hunt is playing that spot. It's a first down at the Giant 11-yard line. You're not going to shut these Cowboys out, are you?
I don't think so. I mean, they just have too much firepower to be shut out.
They've run 4 plays, 4 first downs. Motion by Newsome and a toss to Dorsett. A good block by Newsome, and down to the 5. He got 6. Run out by Kennard. 2nd and 4. When they get that 1 score, John, you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, that's the thing that you always have to get. You have to build on that first one. And sometimes you start thinking in terms of having to get 3 or 4, and you just get frustrated. Been impressed. The Cowboys have really stayed with just trying to get first down.
Lawrence Taylor preparing to come back in.
Oh, yeah, when they get those shoulder pads back on and that stuff and that look in their eye, man, he'll put that helmet on in a minute. He'll be right back out there.
Ball's at the 6, 2nd and 4. Big blast by Newsome. Well, there was some action in there that Newsome keeps churning. The thing about Dallas on this drive, John, although they had some big gains earlier, they are not impatient now.
Well, I think with a young quarterback like a Gary Hogeboom, I think you have to do that. I think that's what Tom Landry's thinking about here.
Ball is marked down at the 1-yard line, and here he comes, along with the goal line defense.
He's coming in with a bunch of other guys, and the Giants are going to the goal line defense. I love goal line. This, to me, is where football is played. You know, you can go up and down the field and all that, kind of like golf. You know, you drive for show, putt for dough. You do all that stuff in the middle. Here's what you do for dough, right down here. Who wins this battle?
3rd down and 1. Springs in motion. A fake, a pass, and a Dallas touchdown to the tight end, Doug Cosby. He had one Monday against the Rams. Lawrence Taylor was trying to get there and couldn't do it.
That's right. They took advantage of Lawrence Taylor coming back in on that one. He has to play man-to-man in this goal line defense. He's going to end up, but see, he's coming across. I think what happened, Cosby beat someone else's man because that can't be his man. He came all the way from the right side. He was just the closest guy to get there. I think the linebacker over Cosby came on a blitz and no one covered Cosby.
The extra point try. And it's Raphael Septien. Hogeboom holding. The very, very important extra point, which frequently we take for granted. We have 8:48 left in the 3rd quarter, and you'll see a spirited Dallas defense going after the Giants now. Raphael Septien kicking off. 7 plays, 60 yards, 3:23 the time. And 4 of the 7 plays were 11 yards or better. And so the Cowboys strung it out. Septien kicks off to Butch Woolfolk. 8:48 left in the 3rd quarter. 28-7 our score. The Giants leading. And it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Let's watch that touchdown again and see what happened. Here's Doug Cosby. He's going to catch the ball over here. Now watch Ron Springs. As he comes in motion, that brings Mark Haynes a corner. And he goes back out. Haynes goes back out. The back goes in the flat. No one covers Cosby right here. The closest guy is Taylor. He comes from all the way from this side, but that's not his man. Now watch here. Springs comes in motion. Haynes comes with him. Springs goes back. Haynes goes back. The outside man takes the back. No one takes Cosby. Right there. Stop it. Right there. Here's Cosby. No one takes him. The closest guy is Lawrence Taylor.
First down at the 20-yard line and a pass play. Well, the Giants aren't sitting on it, are they? Look at there. Yeah, what a big hit. I'll be surprised if Woolfolk gets up. What a blast he took from Michael Downs, the free safety. Oh, Lord, did he get hit.
You know, that was the one. As we see it here, we see Butch Woolfolk. He's going here against Clinkscales, holding him up. Now he sees beyond him. See, now he thinks he's open. Sims thinks he's open. But right back here, see, he didn't see Michael Downs. And Downs puts his helmet right in the middle of Woolfolk's ribs.
Wow.
Talk about the free safety reacting to the ball. Watch, here's Michael Downs. Here's the ball. He's just chasing the ball, and that brings him right into Butch Woolfolk. Watch him. He's just watching the ball. He's going, get the ball, and look what the ball shows him. Woolfolk, and he puts that helmet right in the rib. And Woolfolk is just getting up now. See, here's the double. Clinkscale short. He lets him go. Woolfolk has to go up completely exposed. Oh, and Downs gets it. Ooh.
Is there any spearing involved there, sir?
No, I don't. I mean, that's you know, he's going for the ball and the play and the man and everything, and I don't think that's a spear.
Here's a surprising stat for you. In first downs in this game, as we look at Woolfolk, Dallas 17 and the Giants 8. Sims in the first quarter was 7 out of 10, and since then, 1 out of 6, but that was for a touchdown. They can't afford to sit on it, John.
No, they can. And, you know, looking at that last play, I don't think that was an illegal spear. I mean, it was obviously, I mean, he put his helmet in his chest, but to me, that's part of a tackle and play, and I don't think that was an illegal play.
Tony Galbraith is in the backfield with Rob Carpenter now. Carpenter was set back. He's in the pass pattern. And the pass is caught underneath by Bobby Johnson. And a big gain out to the 47-yard line and a first down. And now for an NFL Today report. Well, we're going to stay right here after that first down and the big run by Bobby Johnson.
You know, it was a big run, but the thing is, it's poor tackling by the Cowboys. Now watch Bobby Johnson, free agent rookie out of Kansas. He catches the ball here. Now watch all these guys around him. There's a linebacker, secondary. They're just falling on the ground. That's poor tackling. They're not, one, they're not in position to tackle, and two, they're not making it.
Bobby Johnson caught 8 last week. This is his first today. And now for an NFL Today report. After Carpenter carried, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, it is 2nd and 11 for the Lions. A controversial pass interference call has given them an opportunity to regain the lead in Atlanta. Danielson to Leonard Thompson, touchdown, and now the Lions lead the Falcons 24-17. Back to Jack.
Here's our score with 7:22 left in the third quarter. It's 2nd down and 4 for the Giants as Carpenter ran for 6. Carpenter again. First down. Let's check Butch on the bench. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's on the golf cart, and that means that they're taking him in. What they'll do now is every stadium in the NFL has an X-ray machine. So I'm sure they're going to take Butch Woolfolk in, and they'll take the picture of those ribs.
Carpenter has carried 8 times for 40 yards, averaging 5 yards per carry. Look at that first down figure that we gave you a moment ago. Giants are trying to even that up. 6:40 left in the third quarter. First down at the Dallas 41. Carpenter again. He loves it. And he carried for 6 more.
This is where Carpenter is at his best, when the defense gets a little tired, you know, and then you get in that second half. He has that strength. He has that good size, big shoulders, those quick feet, and then he's a little quicker right now than the defense is, because they've been out there in the field. They're a little tired. There goes Butch Woolfolk. Again, he'll go in now for X-rays in the locker room.
Randy White and Jim Jeffcoat made that last tackle, but that's the 3rd straight time that Carpenter run for 6 yards. motion by Williams. And this running play makes it very close to the first down as Carpenter carries once more and Ed Jones tackled it.
Bill Sims just saying that's all we have to go. Look at the Cowboy flex. You know, this is their run defense. We see 78 Dutton is up. You see too tall move back. That's the flex. Randy White is back off the line, and Jeff Cote is up on the line. So they have alternating guys up and off the line to play the run like a piano.
Mark Tuinei comes in to help with the defense on 3rd and 1. The ball is at the 32 of the Cowboys. 5:10 left in the third quarter. Carpenter gets a first down. He didn't get it by much, but he knew where to put the football before his knee went down. Victor Scott covered him, number 22. First down.
I'll tell you, Victor Scott just hung on to Rob Carpenter there. It looks like he's limping a little. You know, he had a bad knee last year. But watch him. Here comes Andy Hedden. He's a linebacker who plays on offense on short yardage. But watch, there's a lot of space out there. Now watch, just as he turns out, there comes Scott. He just gets a jersey. And I think what happened on that play, I think Carpenter's knee went out on him more than Scott pulled him down.
First down at the Dallas 30-yard line. Albreth is the tailback now, and there's a 5-yard penalty against New York. Moving, William Roberts, the rookie out of Ohio State, moved. Let's check some scores of other games. We have 28-7 here with the Giants leading, and the Cardinals still shutting out Buffalo 31-0 in the third quarter.
Number 66.
Tampa Bay trying to win their first game out in front 13-10 over New Orleans. In the fourth quarter, Kansas City regains the lead in the third quarter. And another touchdown pass from Blackledge. Miami by 14 in the third quarter. Marino to Clayton for a touchdown. And now it's 1st and 15. Joe Morris, Tony Galbraith in the backfield of the Dallas 35. Little Joe Morris made a big move and spun for about 3 yards. Well, you can stop and turn and go, can you?
It's one of the tough things, though, with running a little running back inside. If he gets through cleanly, that's good. But if he doesn't, there's a whole bunch of those other guys jumping on him.
They like Morris because he can get outside better than any of their other backs.
And usually he goes in to run those outside plays, as Bill Parcells says, to stretch the defense.
Michael Downs and John Dutton were the defenders. 2nd down and 12. They're after him. Oh, that's a fumble. And who has it? The Giants got it back. Too Tall Jones had it for a moment. Now they changed it and they said, no, you got it.
Cowboys ball. The guy that made that play was Randy White. I always talk about Randy White. Too Tall got it, but we'll watch it again and watch Randy White. He's going to come right up the middle, right here to the left of the screen, right over Billy Ard, number 6 and 7. You see right there the inside move? Now watch him come right there. He got him right in the middle, right around the net. Boom. Let's watch him. There's the second guy in. Watch Randy White. He takes that inside move, left hand up, right arm over, straight into Sims. Had the ball up, fumble. Too Tall's there, flopping around. He comes up with it.
First they said that he didn't have it, but Jones did have it, and it's a first down at their own 48. Hogeboom. And a gain of only 3 yards on the pass to Donnelly. Mark Haynes covering. Haynes won't give you very much. Here's Randy White, who made a big defensive play a moment ago.
Andy White's thinking, geez, I made a play there and I helped the team, but maybe I should have done a little more at training camp and a little less fishing. I would have felt a lot better today.
He had a bad back during the week.
Could have had a bad back from carrying all that money he got on his back and a sack.
There we are in the third quarter, and there's the clock, 3:22 in the third period. The pass was good for 3. Good for 4, 2nd and 6. Here's Dorsett out running McLaughlin. And a first down inside the Giant 35-yard line. And now a flag goes down. Aldinger, the offensive lineman, was in the middle of something.
Derrick's down there. I think what started that is Dorsett. Usually, they think when they get him, he's going to go down, but he did. He put his head down and finished off that run, and some Giants were flying off of Dorsett. I think they got a little embarrassed and then maybe a little frustrated.
15 yards, 14 carries, 91 yards for Tony. And a penalty against the Giants, or excuse me, against the Cowboys. That's the first indication by Jerry Seaman, the referee. All of this has stopped the clock.
It should be a dead ball foul, though, so instead of going back to the original line of scrimmage, the 15-yard penalty should be from where the ball ended up if it's a dead ball foul, meaning after the ball was dead. See, that's what they're talking about now. Was it before the whistle blew? If it was, then they go back to the original line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 62, offense. It is completely after the down
It was
is over.
Brian Baldinger.
Consequently, it'll be 1st and 25.
See, this is what I'm talking about. We'll see 62 right there. You see the whistle blew. The Giant defender stopped.
That was
Baldinger came over. Yeah, it was Kennard. He stopped and was standing there. Baldinger came over and got him. So anyway, it was a dead ball foul. So it goes from where Dorsett ended up 15 yards back, not back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, that's confusing when you get into rules. But let's watch Dorsett run. Now, usually when he gets tackled, he goes down. But now watch right here. I mean, he makes all those good moves. We talk about things. But watch him right here. He hits Kennard, and he finishes the run off. Now, Kennard is saying, geez, I just got knocked back by Dorsett, and here comes Baldinger, and he's going to hit me.
1st and 25 at the Giant 48. And the big penalty. And the flag goes down again as the pass is incomplete to Doug Donnelly. Pass was thrown in the defensive backfield.
I think it was against Lawrence Taylor, Jack. He was really complaining there. They're probably going to get the Giants for defensive holding. That was away from the ball. That wasn't on Doug Donnelly.
If so, that will be an automatic first down. 3:05 left in the first quarter. We'll see some sparks fly if the Cowboys get another touchdown here, won't we?
Holding, number 56, defense,
You saw
penalty
it.
decline.
Yeah, he was holding over here on this right side, and Donnelly caught the ball on the other side, so it was away from the ball.
He didn't mean penalty decline.
Yeah, he did. See, because Donnelly caught the ball, and they would rather take the play than penalty.
But the others, okay, the others an automatic first down on the defensive holding. They had long yardage. Now what are they doing?
What they did is they took the play to find out where Donnelly would be.
Right.
Okay, then they found out that it wouldn't have been a first down.
Holding,
so-
number 56, defense, first down.
Yeah, it's a first down on the holding call because the play wouldn't have been enough for a first down.
That's right. What they did is they took the 5-yard penalty instead of the 19-yard gain.
Because
at first,
it was...
the referee gave him the 19-yard gain. Then it wasn't a first down. Then the Cowboys said, well, then we'll take the 5-yard penalty because it's automatic first down.
Because it was 1st and 25. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
We've got a lot of rules and penalties and stuff in this part of the game, huh? Is that good stuff?
At the New York 43-yard line. High formation with Springs and Dorsett. Very good tackle by Haynes, and there's a flag. There's a flag. And here's a call against the Cowboys. Donnelly was trying to block Haynes, and he grabbed on.
Hey, the Cowboys are going nowhere fast, aren't they? They started a pretty good move, and then they have penalties, and the Giants get a penalty, and they come back, boom, boom, boom.
This would be a penalty of 10 yards and make it 1st and 20 again.
And sometimes you get sloppy play as a result of frustration.
Holding, number 83, offense.
That's Donnelly. So it's 1st down and 20 after they mark it off. By the way, you see this year, the umpire marks off the yardage, and that speeds up the game a little bit as the referee tells all of us what the interpretation was. It's 1st and 20. the left, Donnelly to the right. Hogeboom runs out of the pocket. Throws on the run, incomplete. Incomplete to Renfro. And now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, it's a dandy one down in Atlanta. Just as the Lions go ahead, the Falcons come storming right back, and again it's Bartkowski. This time to Stacey Bailey. Now, there are 13 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in this game, and the two are tied at 24. Let's go back to Jack Buck.
Thank you, Brent. They have some game going there. Ours isn't quite that close, but an interesting affair nonetheless. The ball is at the 47 of the Cowboys, 2nd and 20. Incomplete. He underthrew it to Dorsett. Coming up to cover. Larry Flowers was over there.
Getting back to the Gary Hogeboom thing, they had that off-season controversy in the poll and who should start, and the players thought that Gary Hogeboom should start. Danny White had started, and then Hogeboom started the first regular season game. And last night, I asked Tom Landry if that thing was over, and he said, yeah, it's over because we won. He said, but wait until we lose one with Hogeboom, then it's going to start all over again.
Right. He said it's settled for now.
And I bet it'll start again tomorrow.
3rd and 20. Oh, incomplete. To Renfro. Had to go through his hands, and Hogeboom has to be disappointed. He made quite a throw.
He made as good a throw as you can make and as good a throw as you have to make. Renfro ran a nice pattern on that play, but the ball just went right through his hands. Watch him out here on the outside. He's open. He makes a nice move. He's wide open. The ball just goes right through his hands.
Here comes the 5th punt from Danny White. Phil McConkey is back at his 10-yard line. Low snap. Danny handles it. And booms it high. Good coverage by the Cowboys. McConkey from the 11. And the flag goes down on the punt return. Stops the clock with 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Gary Allen downfield for the Cowboys to make the tackle after a 41-yard punt and a 1-yard return, and now some penalty yardage will be tacked on.
That'll be that same old deal against the Giants, blocking from behind above the waist or whatever. But that Phil McConkey is an interesting guy, the return guy. Graduated from the Naval Academy, spent 5 years in the Navy, just got out. This is the first year in the NFL. But last year he tried out. He made the team. He thought he could get out of the Navy because he has seasickness.
And they called him back.
Yeah, they called him back. They said, no, you can't go play football, so you can't stay in the Navy.
Post-possession foul. Number 24, receiving team during the kick.
Against Kenny Daniel. By the way, the McConkey is a helicopter pilot.
I know it. He got seasick and he couldn't take that ship thing, so they put him up in the helicopter and said, well, go the other way then. But a year ago, he came to camp, made the team, and then he had to go back to the Navy for another year. 5 years that guy's been out of college.
The Giants are all the way back at their 6-yard line. Carpenter got back to the line of scrimmage and was driven back in the arms of Randy White.
He was manhandled on that play by Randy White. Randy White's playing a lot better than he did last week. Watch him. He's 54 here up in that frog stance. He just goes right around the guard. Says, look what I have now. You're talking about a strong guy. A guy that benches like 400 or 500 pounds. He can just throw those running backs down and stuff like that.
We're coming up on the 2-minute mark remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Giants on top 28-7, led 28-0. Told us that play was going to be open for him today, didn't he?
He wanted to get in that situation. He said in that situation, coming off the goal line, he wants to hit his tight end, Zeke Moa. You watch that. He thinks that they go out there and they're really worried about the outside receivers. He said that tight end right there in that crease will be open coming off that goal line. That's what he learned in the film. watching the Cowboys last week against the Rams.
Scale made the tackle at the 28. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Motion by Johnson. And the running back can't shake loose. Little Joe Morris, nothing doing. As you talk, John, it's tough for him to run up the middle.
Well, you know, the thing that I do like about the Giants this year, though, is when they're coming off the goal line or going in, they're much more aggressive this year. Last year, they would have run the back inside and tried to punt. Now they say, let's go. Let's get a first down. You know, and I mean, they're making things happen, and I think that Bill Parcells should be congratulated for making a change, doing something, getting different guys.
Morris gained 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Brunig made the tackle. A delay to Carpenter. Misdirection play across to the 31. 3rd and long coming up, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Jim Jeffcoat and Ed Jones were there. Yeah, the period's going to come to an end, and when we resume, the Giants will have the ball at their own 36 and be faced with 3rd down and 7. There's the gun. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Giants 28 and Dallas 7. And I'll pause for a word from...
Sponsored by Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. Chevrolet, with performance, style, innovation, quality, and the value that make up today's Chevrolet. And by Sharp Electronics Corporation. From sharp minds come sharp products.
There's a score, so the Cowboys need 21 to catch their opponents as we start the final quarter. John Madden and Jack Buck with you from Giants Stadium. It is 3rd down and 7. Bobby Johnson, Tony Galbraith, Byron Williams, Ernest Gray are all in there. And the wave cheer from the crowd. Shotgun for Phil Simms. He got rid of it and avoided the sack, but a big rush by Michael Downs, the safety man, and the Giants will have to punt.
That's the thing, you know, right here, see, Michael Downs is number 26. He's coming from the outside. There's too many guys going inside, so they can't block everyone. So the guy that you let go is always the outside guy. They let the outside guy go. That was down, but he got to Simms just about the time he threw the ball.
This is the 6th punt by Jennings. He'll touch it off at his 20. Barry Allen is waiting. Not too well covered from the 18, 20, 25. No more room, and a flag is down in the middle of the field. Bobby Jones was downfield for the Giants, and we'll check the flag.
We don't even have to check it. It's the same old thing. You know, it happens every time. They're going to have to do something about that. Every punt, there's a flag down. So, I mean, something, either the rules are wrong or the players are wrong. For everything, it's always against the return team. It'd be better, like you do touch tackle, just let them start on a 20, give them the ball. And we don't have to go through all this. The flag, the deal, the blocking from behind, the boom, boom, boom. It happens every punt.
That was a 51-yard punt and a 7-yard return. Well, let's save that film as evidence for when you want to change these rules.
Oh, watch. It happens every week. He'll tell us illegal block from behind.
Illegal block, number 62, receiving team during the return.
And we'll catch that guy. It's going to end up right here in the middle of the screen, right there, right on the right.
It was against the Dallas Cowboys, and they are all the way back to their 17-yard line.
Come on, I'll race you back. You gotta be kidding. For Michelob Light? Catch you later. Michelob Light!
Problem that a blocker has. Here's Brian Baldinger. He's the guy they call the penalty on. Now, in open field blocking, watch him here. You can aim one place, but as the guy keeps moving, sometimes you hit a different part. Now, look, he's aiming for the front, and the guy going down just turns a little, so he just gets a little of him from the back, and that's the type of thing they're calling the penalties on. That's tough in open field because you're moving, he's moving, and if you don't get right up in front, then they're going to throw that flag on you.
It's Springs and Newsom, and it's Cosby in motion. And incomplete. I tell you, they've dropped a few balls. This was intended for Mike Renfro, number 82. Perry Williams was covering, and this gentleman, Tom Landry, told us that Renfro was still learning the system.
Well, of course, they got him in the offseason in a trade from Houston that they traded Butch Johnson to. Then Renfro came to training camp, and he had a hamstring, so he didn't get a lot of work. We're talking about how Hogeboom had worked with Donnelly. Conversely, he hadn't spent hardly any time at all with Mike Renfro.
Hogeboom had hit 6 in a row, and now he has missed on his last 4. Second down and 10 on the 17. Screen left to Springs. First down, out to the 30-yard line. Let's check the other teams and see how they're doing. Kenny Hill made that tackle. Cowboys are at their 30. Buffalo's on the board, but trailing badly in the fourth quarter, 34-7 at St. Louis. Bears shutting out Denver 27-0 in the fourth quarter. Are going to win their second game. Kansas City hangs on by 7 in the fourth quarter over Cincinnati. A 52-yard field goal by Nick Lowry. The Eagles a 12-3 lead over the Vikings in the fourth period. And Miami by 14 in the fourth quarter over New England. You see that Lawrence Taylor is back in there. That's the 20th first down for Dallas today. Okay. The Giant defenders were very tenacious. They ran by him once, came back and got him. That's the 4th time he's been sacked.
That was Lawrence Taylor on the sack, Jack. You talk about second effort. Watch him here. He's number 56. He's going to come from the outside. He's going to go down. Howard Richards. Now watch Taylor. He's grabbed. He goes down. He goes down. He bounces right back up and zeroes in on Hogeboom. That's what you call second effort. You go around. The guy grabs you. You go down. Boom. You bounce back up, and you still get that quarterback. Taylor's had a heck of a day. He caused a couple fumbles. He gets sacks. This guy's all over the field.
And playing with that injury. Second down and 13 as they lost 3 on the sack. 13:20 left in the game. Heavy traffic and out of bounds. No flags, in case you're wondering.
Jack, the thing that's impressed me about those scores and the other games we've been watching today in the NFL and the start, there seems to be a lot of scoring.
That's Donnelly there. Yeah, look at the points. And maybe I wonder if it's that new ruling with the offensive linemen, their ability to block.
I think so, or maybe it's just the fact that coaches are becoming more aggressive. I know that's true of the Giants, but look, the NFC, in just scoring today, 182 points. You get teams like the Giants are scoring them now, Detroit scoring them, Atlanta scoring them. Teams that have maybe been down, maybe coming back up this year.
And more games later today in the NFL. 3rd and 13 for Hogeboom. Tipped and changed direction. Cosby is moaning about it, but that was 3rd down, incomplete, no flags. Kenny Hill and Terry Kennard covering, and it's time for the Cowboys to punt.
You see when that ball was thrown, all the guys started to raise their hands. All the defenders were saying, I didn't hold them, and Cosby was saying they were all holding me.
Did somebody touch that ball, John? I thought they did.
It could have been, but I thought that Terry Kennard could have intercepted that ball. He looked like he just came up there and stopped when he saw it was incomplete.
Here's the 6th punt. There's Phil McConkey waiting for it. He's inside his 30. Another low snap. White handles it. McConkey takes it on the 38. And nothing. A 1-yard return. That was a 35-yard punt by Danny White. And a 1-yard return. 12:57 left in the game. The Giants have the ball, and they have a 21-point.
Let's watch that last play, that 3rd down play again. Here's Doug Cosby here, Kenny Hill here. Now let's see what the complaining's about. Cosby's saying that he held him. Now watch him here. Hill is in good position. Cosby tries to come back. That's where the bump is. Now watch, the play's over. Cosby's saying, hey, what's the deal? Hey, wait, where's the flag? He'll say, hey, no, I didn't touch him.
Live action, and Joe Morris had knocked down. And then hit again by Victor Scott. The linebacker Billy Cannon with a big hit. Nailed Joe Morris for a loss on the play at the 37. Loss of 2.
See, that's coverage today in the NFL, that last one there, where immediately after the play, the guy that didn't get it complains that he was held, and the guy on defense says no.
Yeah, but what could the defender do when the receiver turns back into him?
He couldn't do anything. And Crosby was trying to come back, and Hill had the underneath position on him.
So I think it was a good call. Do you agree?
I do, yeah. I mean, it was no call, but no call was a good call.
2nd down and 12. Johnson in motion. Here comes Carpenter. He's met in the hole by Brunig. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for New York. An NFL Today report, Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, here's one from the Sandlots for the Minnesota Vikings against the Eagles. There's the rookie Alfred Anderson throwing back to the quarterback, Tommy Kramer. Now 12-10. Jack, I know you're interested in this. The Mets lead the Cubs 2-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th and shade. Back to Jack.
Okay, Brent, 3rd down and 8 here. With regard to the Mets, if they win, they'll be back within 6 of the Cubs. A low snap. Sims handled it. Throws on the run, and it is out of bounds. Out of bounds, taken down by Lino Manuel. Everson Walls was covering on the corner, and the Giants have to punt with 11:22 remaining. He's tooting his horn for the Giants.
He's probably been waiting about 15 years to toot that horn. He's saying, now, doggone it, we're scoring, we're beating Dallas. I'm going to bring that thing out and toot it.
Gary Allen awaits the punt from Jennings. A big rush was on. They didn't touch the kicker. Allen takes it on the 23, across the 30, 35, 37-yard line. A good return by Gary Allen, and hallelujah, John, you're going to love this. No flags.
No flags because the ball didn't stay in the air long enough.
36-yard punt. 36-yard punt. Cowboys have the ball at their... Here's our score with 11:10 left in the game. The Cowboys had better get busy. They're at their own 37, trailing by 21. Dorsett in the backfield, and Springs now lining up in the eye. Renfro and Donnelly to the left. Springs goes outside as a receiver. Now in motion. And Haynes played that very well, but nonetheless about 4 yards for Tony Dorsett. Next Saturday on CBS Sports Saturday, Thomas Hearns puts his title on the line against Fred Hutchins. He's 3rd ranked. It's a scheduled 12-round bout. And we also have a couple of horse races for you, the Woodward and the Futurity Stakes. It commences at 3:30 Eastern Time. How about the Hitman? Is he going to take care of himself?
I think that Hearns-Hutchins is going to be a heck of a fight because Hearns wants to prove something now. You know, he had the big one against Duran. He wants to keep this one, get a good one against Hutchins, and then, of course, get the big one.
Oh, boy, there's been some hitting today, and that pass is incomplete to Cosby. A big blast by Terry Kennard, number 43, and surprisingly, Cosby bounces right back up.
The way that Kennard hit Cosby on that way is the way that Thomas Hearns hit Duran, I think.
And he whacked it.
Woo. I'll tell you, he really did. That's what a free safety can do. At the same time, see, he had linebacker coverage underneath. The free safety just sitting back there and reading, seeing the ball, and going up to the ball. Now watch him right here. He's coming to the ball, and look what he finds right in front of the ball. That's the same thing that happened to Butch Woolfolk earlier.
Lewis Monroe, who, like Killingsworth, transferred here from Auburn.
Couldn't get downfield. He tried to... for John Indy.
Of course, the way that tennis went last night, that may wipe out all that stuff. They do that again, huh?
It's going to be something to see with Mendel and McEnroe here on CBS. Here's the punt by Danny White. He drills it deep to McConkey. Can't shake loose. The coverage has been good by the Cowboys. It was good last Monday night also. A 38-yard punt, a 4-yard return. Steve DiOssi made the tackle. The Giants, who have the lead, have the ball at their 23-yard line.
Sarah, do you get the feeling we're being followed?
They're coming over to Chevy Cavalier.
You better explain.
Well, some come to Cavalier for the comfort, some for the quality, and some for the fuel-injected fun of it.
But all these people...
Well, over 1,000 people, just like these folks, buy a new Cavalier every day. They've made Chevy Cavalier the best-selling car in America.
More than 1,000 people every day?
Well, Ken, everyone loves a winner.
Cavalier, it's the best-selling car in America.
That's today's Chevrolet.
First, someone gets an idea. Then someone else may look at it differently. Even add a thought or two. Technology from a company called TRW helps ideas get around. Because getting an idea from one place to another is as important as getting an idea. Tomorrow is taking shape at a company called TRW.
Do you love a mystery? Angela Lansbury does.
Someone killed Sherlock Holmes.
America's best-loved sleuth is hot on the trail of murder, she wrote, coming soon.
Last week, Gary Hogeboom on Monday night was 33 out of 47. A little bit different tonight. Here in New York, first down at their 23 for the Giants. They'll try to chew some of the clock away, and Carpenter ran by a tackler and got some good yards. For an update, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, drama down in New Orleans. Inside of 2 minutes. Second down for Richard Todd. He pulls out, and Hokie Gaijon comes out of the backfield. He's got it out in the flat. Eludes one tackler. Steps down the sideline. Beasley Reese, the former Giant, saves a touchdown, but Gaijon has just scored, and now the Saints lead at 17-13. Back to Jack.
Clock running. We're down to 9.5 minutes left in this game. Carpenter picked up an empty 6 at 2nd and 4. And he gets a first down to the New York 35 before Michael Downs stopped him. Remember, as we look at Tom Landry, that whoever wins will be all alone at the top of their division. There's Danny White. What do you think his thoughts are, John?
I think that his thoughts are that he probably won't play today. You wonder what's going to happen tomorrow when they look at the film and then see who's going to be the starter again on Wednesday. I'm sure that he's looking at this. You don't like to see your team lose, but it's a renewed thing for Danny White, maybe.
Ball at the 36, a first down. Motion by Johnson. 3 in a row for Carpenter. He's not bashful about blasting into that hole, and even when there's not much there, he goes straight ahead.
Especially in the fourth quarter. You know, that's when Carpenter is his most successful. You know, I think that he takes those first half, and the defense is quicker. They get worn down. The fourth quarter is a Rob Carpenter type of quarter. That's what the Giants are trying to do now. They don't want to let up or let down, but they want to take time off the clock, give the ball to the fullback, not let the Cowboys get the ball back.
Carpenter's carried 17 times, 72 yards. Ed Jones made the last tackle. It's at the Giant 39-yard line. Second down. Carpenter again. And he was tripped up by Dutton when down at the 41. We have 7:50 left in the game. Giants on top by 21. They led 28-0. It's 28-7. There are the figures for Carpenter. That's quite a few for him. Well, he had a good week last week, didn't he?
Well, he really did. He had a big run that was called back, but the type of game that it was last week wasn't really a fullback running game. Today, in this second half, it's becoming that. I think right now the Giants are just trying to run time off the clock, and with a 3-touchdown lead, that's a smart thing to do.
Third down for the Giants. Third down and 4. Look out. Here's the inside handoff, and it worked. A big run by Galbraith for a first down, and a little trick play by the Giants. They ran right by the rush.
That was a trick play. The Giants tricked him into it. Look, they get in their shotgun. They put in Galbraith. He's the pass receiver. Watch the Cowboys. They're all in their pass rush move, blitzing from the right side. They run to the other side. Galbraith makes a nice cut there, and he's able to get the first down before Dennis Thurman gets him down. That was a good call.
Good call by the Giants. Took them out to their 49. By the way, we haven't forgotten about Butch Woolfolk, who was taken off the field. We haven't received any word with regard to his condition, so we'll just wait. But we'll tell you. From the 49, a first down, Carpenter again. And he gets a couple to the Dallas 48. And now for an update, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, the Minnesota Vikings have just moved ahead of the Philadelphia Eagles after a turnover. It was the rookie from Baylor, Alfred Anderson, from a yard out. It's 17-12. A lot of time left there, 11 minutes. And now the Mets lead the Cubs 5-0. Back to Jack.
Thank you, Brent. Looks like the Mets will be 6 games out when the day is over. Here we have 5-5-5, and now the clock runs, and it is 2nd down and 7 at the Dallas 48.
I like that. Brent keeps you up in the baseball while you're here doing the foot. That's not a bad deal.
Carpenter kept those feet moving and picked up a couple of more. Clint Scale made the tackle.
You know, we saw that update where Minnesota scored on that pass to Kramer. The quarterback scored. We saw here Phil Simms is blocking. Quarterbacks are starting to be more versatile in this game today.
Monday night, by the way, Washington plays at San Francisco. You'll hear it on CBS Radio. Let's check the halftime stats. They're pretty close all the way around. Halftime in the second half stats. Total offense.
Which just shows how important those turnovers are, or lack of turnovers.
3rd down and 5. Simms to Morris. Ran outside a little bit, but did not get the first down. It's a 4th down play. With 4:52 remaining, the Giants don't mind too much giving up the ball. Billy Cannon, Dennis Thurman there defensively. Score 28-7. The Giants leading the Cowboys. They led at the half 21-0. End of the 3rd quarter, 28-7, and there's been no scoring in this quarter. So you're back together with Pat Summerall next Sunday up in Green Bay, right?
And we'll see that Chicago team. You know, Jimmy the Greek picked them to win the NFC, and you know, a lot of people kind of thought, well, how are they going to win it? They looked good last week, and they're really doing a job on Denver today.
Harry Allen took the ball on the 7. Got a couple of yards. It was a good play on his part because he knew the ball was going to go out of bounds. And he returned it for a couple of yards. The tackle by Robbie Jones downfield. Here's our score with 4:42 remaining in the game. It's 28-7. And next Sunday, a doubleheader day on CBS with the Bears playing at Green Bay. Each of those teams won their first game. Most of you will see that game or one of these, including these Giants, who look like they're going to be 2-0, traveling to Washington, and the Cowboys making their first home start against Philadelphia. And the Bears winning handily 27-0 in the 4th quarter. Check your local listings for the games next Sunday on CBS. Across the 20, and that's a first down to the 25-yard line to Renfro. Tackled by McLaughlin. These Giant players are pretty relaxed. They've done their job, haven't they? And that Giant player is Robbie Jones. Made some good special teams tackles today. We get some big news about Walter Payton.
Well, you know, Walter Payton has had a lot of big days, but I think with the Bears now, they have Jim McMahon, you know, a throwing quarterback, and then they have the wide receiver speed and Willie Gault, those types of things.
And he has gained 179 yards in his game today. Timmy Newsom caught the pass, came out to the 31. Andy Hedden tackled him. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Now the clock is killing the Cowboys. 3:40 left. And there's Bill Parcells, the head coach in his 2nd year as the head man of the Giants.
I think those Giants are the things that killed the Cowboys today. I don't know how easy it's going to be for the Cowboys to bounce back after this one, because kind of in every area they've been defeated today. Offense, defense, special teams, the whole thing.
Hogeboom running for his life and dumps it off, and they do not call intentional grounding. Casey Merrill chased him. Now, the referee is the only one who can call intentional grounding, but he did not.
And Casey Merrill was trying to get one there, but again, if there's any blue jersey in that area, they'll give it to the quarterback. Now watch Merrill. He's coming right up. He forces Hogeboom out. Hogeboom can feel Merrill there. He feels him around his hip. He just throws the ball out there.
Casey Merrill was the last one in the Giant dressing room yesterday checking some film after their workout.
Well, what impressed me even more than that is he was the last one off the field. He was working on his pass rush stunts. Then he went in the locker room, and when we left the locker room, which was 4 hours after practice, Casey Merrill was still there studying film on these Cowboys.
Critical 3rd and 4 play for the Cowboys. And it's batted down. Or they're making penetration. George Martin got in there and deflected the ball. And if the Cowboys play it straight, they'll have to punt.
I think Hogeboom hurt his hand or his arm on that play, Jack. Let's watch it and see if we can see. It looks right as he threw the ball. It looks like he got his hand or arm hit right there.
You're right.
You see that as he threw the ball, and that's why the ball went like a wounded duck. But sometimes that'll get that arm, elbow, or shoulder. Now watch it right here. You see, as he throws it, he hits George Martin's hand.
Well, here's a figure to tell you how well the Giants have played. Look out! White fumbles the ball, kicks the ball, got it away. That's his 8th punt of the day. And it's picked up by McConkey, and he's down. What a good tackle that was. A very good tackle downfield by the Cowboys' Billy Cannon.
I tell you, that was a heck of a play by Danny White to get that ball off there.
Lots of things happened there. Danny White punting for the 8th time, kicked one 42 yards under duress. And
let's watch him here. He feels the pressure coming up the middle. He gets beyond Perry Williams. There's Perry Williams there. He hit him just as he kicked the ball.
Once you start to run with it, you're fair game.
You're fair game. There's no such thing then as roughing the kicker. But he got that ball under Perry Williams. That's a guy that's still down.
So he got the worst of it with 2:57 left again. Let's watch again.
I wonder if Perry Williams may have missed the ball and gotten Danny White's foot. Perry Williams is the second guy. He's coming in right here. Now watch that. I think it did. I think he got the knee right in the stomach.
Yeah, he got the knee in the stomach of the groin, and he has run off the field under his own power. So he's okay with 2:57 left, and the Giants have the ball again.
Perry Williams said, I missed the ball and got the knee. Oof.
So the punt went to the New York 32. If they win, they'll be 2-0, the only 2-0 team in the Eastern Division of the NFC. They'll chew up some of the clock now with Carpenter. There he goes. Came out to the 35-yard line. I bet those tennis players are on edge right now. Yvonne Lendl and John McEnroe. They'll meet as soon as this game is over. You'll see the finals of the U.S. Open here on CBS, and the action yesterday was long and arduous. Look at those scores. Everything went the limit as Lendl beat Pat Cash and McEnroe vanquished Jimmy Connors. So it's Lendl and McEnroe today on CBS for the U.S. Open title. There's the Cowboy Killer Clock. They'll play at home next Sunday against the Eagles. 2nd down and 7. Each team 3 timeouts. Motion by Byron Williams. Here comes Carpenter. Sure-handed carrier moves it out to the 38th. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And when we resume, it will be 3rd down and 3 for the Giants from their own 38. Apparently they have this one in hand, leading by 21.
Watch Harry Carson here, Jack. The more things you can do. Watch him. He gets a helmet full of water, and he gives the guy. That's the way they took showers in the old West. Remember that? That'd be a shower. And then someone comes up and gives him a cupful.
We should tell you that Rob Carpenter limped off the field. He may be hurting. It's 3rd down and 4. There's guy he is hurting. It's 3rd down and 4. Joe Morris did not get the first down. He came to the 40-yard line, and it's 4th down. Carpenter is in dire trouble over there. He limped off earlier once, came back in, and then went off limping badly the last time we saw him.
Well, you know, that would be bad news for Rob Carpenter, Giants, if that's his knee. You know, he injured his knee last year and missed most of the season.
John, you know the Cowboys are not stopping the clock.
Well, I think when you're 3 touchdowns down and there's only a minute and a half left to go, if you can't score all day, what makes you going to think you're going to score in the last minute?
Here's another punt by Jennings. This is his 9th. And they're taking all the time they can get on the 30-second clock. And the Cowboys are just letting it run down. Will be about the minute mark when they snap the ball. By the way, the Giants use only 2 minutes to score their 28 points. That's how quickly they struck today. Now the 30-second clock runs out. A 5-yard penalty will be assessed with 58 seconds left in the game.
Delay of game, number 13, offense.
Here is the final score. The first one we've seen today. New Orleans over Tampa Bay. New Orleans is 1-1 and Tampa Bay is 0-2, and the Cardinals apparently will win their first game of the year over Buffalo. They'll be 0-2. And Kansas City and Cincinnati have a dandy going. Kansas City by 2 in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, Miami well in front, trying to win their second, and New England would lose their first. Gary Allen called for a fair catch and took it on the 26-yard line. That official's whistle almost blew my ears off. There's a 38-yard punt. Our executive producer of CBS Sports, Terry O'Neill, senior producer, Charles H. Milton III, produced by Robert Stenner here this afternoon at Giants Stadium. Sandy Grossman, our director. Associate producer, Joan Vitrano. Hope you enjoyed the work out of Giants Stadium. Carl Prince, the field technical manager, and others involved in our telecast. The Giants are going to be 2-0 in about 52 seconds from now.
And the Cowboys are going to be 1-1, but it's not a good 1-1. You know, Tom Landry, I think, was worried about this last night. He said, you know, we're not really ready to play, and they came out and they looked that way today. So the question is, ready as a team. This could be a long year for the Cowboys.
Mike Swanson, our statistician, Bill Breslin, our spotter here today, is screen pass and out of bounds. And running with the ball was Tony Dorsett. Dorsett came close to 100 yards here today, but he really wasn't a factor in the contest because they got behind so quickly. He's run for 95 yards, and there's Phil Simms.
Phil Simms and his coach Bill Parcells, a happy Bill Parcells. You know, last year was a tough year for Bill Parcells. They only won 3 games. A lot of tough things happened to him. But in the offseason, he really did something about the team. 20 roster changes, got some speed. He's a lot different team now, and a lot more exciting team, a lot more fun team. And I know they're more fun to watch, but I know he's having more fun.
That was a first down on Dorsett's last effort. Here's another first down to the Giant 41. I'll say this for New York. They've really been whacking people today. Mike Renfro caught it. A 22-yard pickup. John, you saw the Eagles-Giant game last week, and I know you weren't that impressed with the Giants, even though they won.
I was impressed in that they were doing more things. They had more speed. But today, I think that success from last week, I think, carried over into this week. And they came into the game with a lot of confidence. And it wasn't like past years where they said, oh, geez, I hope we can beat the Cowboys. They really felt we can beat the Cowboys. And they will. And they did.
They want to make another score, and they've called timeout. They have 2 remaining. The prime game on CBS next Sunday will be the Bears playing at Green Bay, and the Bears are nailing down their second victory. Other action, the Falcons at Minnesota, the Cardinals at Indianapolis, and Dallas at home against the Eagles. Giants travel to Washington. They'll get another test then. The availability of Carpenter is going to be a big item, and the well-being of Woolfolk is still to be dealt with. We haven't gotten any information about it.
Well, that's the thing. You know,
they may lose both, John.
The Giants could have lost both their starting running backs.
There's the time remaining, 32 seconds, and the timeouts left. The score is 28-7. There's been no scoring in the fourth quarter. The Giants got ahead 28-0 and lead 28-7. Hogeboom has played the entire game. And the pass is out of bounds as caught by Donnelly. Out of bounds is the ruling.
Doug Donnelly looked like he relaxed a little too much on that sideline and stepped out of bounds. I think had he worked his feet a little more, he could have stayed in bounds.
Well, here pretty good news with regard to the injuries. As we watch the play again.
Let's see if he could stay in bounds. He has to stand right there. Yeah, he could have. He just not backed up that way.
Here's the news about Woolfolk. Bruised ribs. Now, that's a good report from the hit he took. And Carpenter twisted ankle. And that's good the way he limped off, too.
Well, it's good that it was an ankle and not the knee on Carpenter. And, of course, they were able to take the x-rays on Woolfolk.
Hogeboom is taken down. And he put the ball backhanded. But the play had been whistled dead in the grasp of. That stops the clock with 21 seconds remaining in the game. Andy Hedden got in there. That's the 5th time they have sacked the Dallas quarterback. Herb Frost, by the way, is going to travel to Green Bay before Pat Summerall and John Madden go up there for Sunday's game to tell you the story on CBS. So we'll cover that one in the fullest and see if the monsters of the Midway are back. 3rd down and long. Caught by Springs. We're down to 1 second. This game is over. No flags. The Giants lead their division with a record of 2-0, and the Cowboys are 1-1. These Giants were something to behold here today, weren't they?
Well, they did everything that they wanted to.
And everything they had to do, and they won it 28-7.